with the magic lady too.
Yes, we are.
Um,
I
Thanks,
just
JK.
want to improve shield. So
then
I
I guess
suppose
we
I
go to the magic lady.
as well.
Yes.
Okay. If you need
thank you for your
anything
business,
else,
sir.
if you need anything else, just come
If
back.
you need to contact us, by the way, about anything, we're staying here, and I'll give him the name of the inn again, whatever it was.
Thank
You're
you.
still standing still. Move faster.
He's already like 4 miles down the street. He's like, he's
He
gone.
has no direction. He has no directions. He's just walking.
Yeah.
I like the idea that Mog and Isaac leave the library, had a lovely day of reading. They just see Rivallon and charge past, go magic shop.
Possibly, yes.
Just white
Alright.
frame, and we're like,
We don't know him.
Mog's going, is he normally like that? He likes to kill. He likes to do it with the best weapons.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess
So,
then we go to the magic place.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
this is all happening while we're studying, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, because like you
Yeah.
spent all day studying.
Are any of
You
you
spent
coming
all
to the
day.
library to give me my portion of money, or are you just
No,
holding
we'll
on to it?
give it
I'm
to you
holding
when
on
you
to
get
it
back as soon as
until we
any
meet you. Yeah, we'll give it to you once we meet you.
Sesh is
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Did.
Sesh is managing the money. She'll give it to you when you get back.
Okay, I'm just
So,
wanna know.
So you
Or
lot
she'll spend
head.
it. One of the two.
Yeah, you lot head to Ilias Arcana, which I think Isaac's been to once before because he went and shopped here during your previous visit to Takova. And yeah, you walk on up. It's a large magic, or it's a large building that is kind of set in on the side of the road. It's somewhat nondescript. It has a signage outside that shows it is a magical. It deals in magical wares, and when you enter, you.
Oh, this is the chick with the Red Bull, right?
No,
No,
that was in Gorgon.
Wow,
yeah, that was in Gorgon.
my brain
Yep.
is fried today. Now, this is where you bought the Iron Stone and the breastplate, right? Or I was that in?
No,
Wow.
That
Are
was
you
in
sure?
the
Gorgon.
Iron Stone was from before he had you.
I need more.
This is where
glass
we got the
bottles.
sending stone.
Hang on.
Yeah, this is where you got the sending stone. You enter in, and there's a few individuals kind of puttering about, like looking at some of the wares. There's what seem to be like maybe not the owners of the shop, like behind the counter. They're just helping. They're just staff that are helping out.
They are retail
Um,
workers.
Yeah, just managing the shop. But you see, I mean, it's a large building, but it's a very small storefront. So you think they might have like a lot of space dedicated towards the other half of the business, or like they're doing like making the items that they put out here, because it is
And
very
storage,
expensive,
I
time
assume.
consuming, and storage. But you see like a couple of glass cases that have some items like placed in there. There's a couple of scroll, like whole what do you call those, like
Like the wine things they put the.
yeah, like it's little squares they put the scrolls into, like in racks, and they've got a big like rack of them behind the counter. Just general stuff like that. It's it's magically lit. There's a nice pleasant kind of atmosphere going on. And nobody's really talking loud. It's kind of hushed and everything as you enter, and you see there's also a few like displays of armor and various like items as well, but nothing that you can physically get to. It has to be brought to you on the counter. You cannot
reach in and grab stuff.
Yeah, it's not one of those shops.
It's decidedly a shop where everything is under lock and key.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the kind where you turn up and ask for 4 candles, and the guy has to physically go get them.
Yeah.
It's one of
No.
those, yeah.
It's like a jeweler's.
Fork handles.
Yes, like a jeweler's.
Yeah.
Candles for folks.
Oh, did
Handles
anyone
for
see the
Got any toes?
Terry Jones died?
I did
Yeah, I
hear
did.
that.
Yeah.
What?
Terry Jones
Rip.
died.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We are yet again dating this episode, but yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
So yeah, I'm going to approach one of the two behind the counter. if they're not talking?
Yeah, you approach, and they're dealing with like an individual who looks like a dark-skinned individual with like white hair. He's got like very sharp beard. He's like talking and like looking over a couple of scrolls. And after a few minutes, he goes and just kind of starts looking at the ones he's been provided, and this lady who looks to be like a half-elven woman, maybe like early 20s, late teens, kind of, summer job. Or I guess winter job actually, but
Part-time job. It's her part-time job.
comes over. Can I help you?
Yes,
looking
I
for anything?
recently put in an order for a set of full plate. I was wondering about getting it enchanted.
Oh yes, we could do that. Do you have do you know who is providing the full plate?
Yes.
We have contacts all over, so we can work out that.
Yes, and I'll give them the
right.
name of the smithy.
She writes it down. Is there a specific type of enchantment you're looking for?
I would just like it to improve general defense, if that's okay.
No defense, a basic defense enchantment on
Yes.
on that. Okay. Full.
I also have my shield here. If there's anything, I've heard about this thing called a sentinel shield.
Ooh. Those are. Well, hold on. Let's work this one.
Let's work with the first one first, shall we?
Let's work this one out first. She starts writing it down, and then she kind of consults. There's like this somewhat old tome she brings out and kind of flips through it, and she's comparing her notes to tome, flipping back and forth, and she's doing like to be like a little bit of math. All right. Let's see here. So, this is full plate, correct?
Yes.
So
Sized
full
for
plate.
myself, as you can imagine.
It doesn't affect it as much as you would expect. Just trying to work it out here. Second. I have to figure out.
I do have some items I could trade in if those interest you. But we can talk about that later, of course.
Yeah, just
Let her work out the price, goddammit.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking up the price.
Microsoft Enchantment's just running slow, you know.
Yeah,
trying
she's
to
got
get
like
all
the
the
she's got like
items
a,
added in.
a
Really
few, like,
annoying when it does
markings up.
that. Have you tried restarting the system? Try
The
turning it off and
sentient
turning it
cash
on again.
register.
She's
The
got, like,
sentient
a-
cash
Put it back in.
register's got a hangover. Just like stop, please.
Stop.
Just
I'm
download more
scrolling
fairy
past
dust.
her.
Yeah, she's got like a clipboard with a piece of parchment on it, and it's just like trying to write things, but it's taking so long.
So okay, full plate. Now this is not including the price of the actual full plate commission. This is just
I've paid for that
our
already.
work. All right. This is going to come out to about 2,000 gold pieces for an enchantment.
Okay, let's
And
put a pin in that.
okay, that also has a time to it. At what point when we receive it, it will take time to enchant it. So you're
It'll-
looking at about a week for that to
So
be
about-
enchanted. So it's a very intricate process.
Yes, I was told by the smithy it would take them 4 days to have the plate mail ready.
Yeah,
So it
you're
would be
looking
about 11 days total for.
about 11 days.
Okay. All right. To put a pin in that one for the moment, the Sentinel Shield enchantment for my own shield.
The Sentinel Shield. Okay. Let's see here. Now, that is a very specific enchantment. Just
Mm-hmm.
one moment. And she's kind of flipping through a book here. Huh. Just looking through here.
It's taking so long. I'm sorry.
I'm going to go outside and meditate for 4 hours. If you could wake me if you've done before, but I doubt you will.
I have to look these up. God damn it. Son of a bitch.
Also, the only reason I'm asking about this is because Midge mentioned it to me. You can blame him for this.
What does it do?
Don't drop this one on me. A
So,
sentinel shield.
A sentinel
is great.
shield with plus 2 AC.
Yeah. Plus 2 AC,
Oh.
and it's also it also
No,
gives
it's
you
not.
it also gives
It's
you advantage on perception checks and bonuses to stuff as well. It's great.
Yeah. It's actually not
Oh.
an
I
AC
actually need
bonus.
that.
Does
It's
Sesh
a-
need the
it-
bonuses to
standard
No, it
perception?
is. It's a plus 2 AC to the shield.
Well, yeah,
the
it's
AMG
but that's the
199.
flat normal for a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a normal shield with enchantments that improve perception, essentially.
Yeah, it's not like a defensive improved shield. It's a perception improving shield.
Oh damn! Oh.
What would be a good enchantment for me then on my shield?
Honestly, a resistance to an element, maybe. Just
Fire.
make your rages
Never
better,
hurt. Yeah, fire never hurts because everything uses fire.
or something that barbarians are really, really affected by, like
Necrotic.
psychic.
Force, lightning, thunder, something.
There's all sorts of
gotta-
enchantments as well.
I have to look up prices
Also,
by
Also,
rarity.
you can always just go fuck it. Let's just go with a +1 because if it doesn't hit me, it doesn't hit me.
Yeah, no, it's not that. I have to find the fucking prices by
No, take your time. It's cool.
by
We were just
rarity
chatting.
here.
Do not take your time.
It's cool.
Actually, I'm going to
Take your
use
time.
this time to quickly run and grab my own shit.
Bye bye. You could get oh god, what's it called? Boots of flying. If you could find those, so you can just instead of just walking, you could just fly at your run speed. Just decide to be like, all right, I'm flying now, and just fly over people, because screw difficult terrain, basically.
Yeah, do
Sword
that,
of
it won't-
physics.
Yes,
won't
start
break.
physics, accurate, very
Okay.
accurate.
A sentinel shield by itself. So if we're enchanting, that will bring the costs down slightly.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at about 450 gold pieces for the enchantment direct. And then it'll take some time, maybe. This can be done concurrently. We have a few mages on staff who can do this. And obviously, if you need it in a certain time span, we can expedite it a little bit, cut off a little bit of time, but it's a hard cap on that for some extra, an extra final price. But about 450 gold pieces, and it'll take about 4 days.
Okay. So, I have these rubies, and I pull out these 2 medium-sized rubies.
She looks them over. Picks one up and kind of like holds it to the light.
Yeah, like I
and
to her.
does a little inspection. These are.
I also have
you
this
looking-
scroll of prayer of healing that I don't need anymore, so but I'll be willing to trade that in as well if we can cut costs with this.
Both these rubies in the scroll. She like opens the scroll up and gives it a cursory glance.
It's pristine. I've never opened it once in my life.
No, she's looking for a maker's mark.
Oh,
'cause
I don't know
scrolls
if there
usually
is
have
one.
a maker's
I don't know where I bought it.
There is not one on
Yeah.
this one. Well, the scroll looks okay. I'm not sure who produced it, so that's going. We only sell things of a certain quality that can be guaranteed, so we don't normally resell other non-known mages' items in store. So that will bring the price down slightly of the scroll. But these rubies are good. These can be used for many, many enchantments. We'll say this. We can cut the price of the shield in half with all of these to 225 gold pieces.
What if I wanted
Unfortunately,
both?
if you wanted both the armor and the shield
Yes.
together, then you're looking at about 2,225 gold pieces. That cutoff was about what I could do. Trade-ins, we have to be able to reuse them, and there's still
You
a
have
cost
to make your profit
associated.
back. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
So,
So
The best I can do is $10.
best I can do.
$10.
Best I can do.
Just $10. The whole thing's
Just the
$10.
dude from just what's his name? Rick something.
Yeah,
From
Rick,
Pawn
Rick,
Shop.
Rick Bald, yeah.
Yeah, Rick
Yeah.
Bald. Best it's an item worth 650 gold pieces each. Best I can do is 10 gold pieces. Best I can do.
I'm looking to get rid of my my one of a kind Mona Lisa. Best I can do is $5.
Best I can do. Yep. Accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? Is there any chance I could talk you down to 220 gold pieces? Knock off the 5. Just for the sake of posterity and making the taxes look a bit cleaner at the end of the day.
Give me a second. Make a persuasion check. 5 gold pieces, but she's not necessarily salaried.
Dirty 20.
Ah. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I can do that. 2,200 even, and we'll have this done as soon as we receive the armor.
I
that'll
can
be
give you my
7
shield
days.
now, if that makes any more sense. Or would you
That
like me
would
to?
be fine.
Okay. And she
It would be
controls.
fine actually to do this. Yeah, it would be fine to do it now, so we don't overstress our mages and they can work on other projects in the intervening
Yes.
time. We don't overload them. So provide me that, and just kind of
She'll unstrap it and then hand it over. Thunk.
yeah, and puts that like kind of behind the counter. Okay,
So 2,200 gold pieces. And she
I'll
will
mark a
pull out
work
the
order
pouch
down. Yeah. She
and
you
let's see.
counts the money, writes it down, gets her name, everything like that, and brings it back behind and comes back forward. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
My good sirs here would like to talk to you, if that's okay.
Gentlemen, what would you like?
Huh? What?
Yes.
bugger.
I am interested in shield, improving shield. I would like maybe general defense improvement, and I'm interested in what recommendations if we can do something else on top, possibly, maybe resistance of some kind. What would you recommend for that?
Oh, well, normally I'm not allowed to give recommendations because that incurs a certain type of liability to the uses. So I have to, I cannot tell you what to or not to do specifically, but we can do a lot. Do you have like a, you want a general defensive improvement?
Yes, please.
Well, because of the nature of that type of improvement, as such as I did with your friend, it costs a similar amount, regardless of the item. It's just the materials and time that are required that to make it. So a defensive improvement will cost you around 2,000 gold pieces. We can work out the specifics of that.
Okay.
And then that's what that will cost. If you're wanting something on top of that, that will incur extra cost, and it might also kind of be somewhat cumulative, as it's difficult. You can't just put an improvement over an improvement. You have to mold it into a singular improvement.
Okay, I understand.
Isaac, you're not here. I'm assuming Midge has a question.
Yeah, question for DM. Did you find
Yeah.
what page price for magic items was? on
Oh
the
yeah,
guide?
it's 135. It's a guide. It's a guide. It gives a guide by rarity.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, I know it's in here somewhere, and I can't find it.
Yeah, no, I found it. I use that and a PDF called Sane Magic Prices to kind of give me a general range for this kind of stuff. But
Okay,
yeah,
well, if you're not able to give recommendation, man, give me 1 second, please. Sesh, what you recommend? Since you know liable.
Well, I'm even more liable. I'm the one keeping your ass alive.
Don't worry about it.
Let me see. So we saw how much that necrotic damage hurt. Where your sister was using cleave. So
Yes.
maybe ask about that. Maybe even suggest force or psychic. Maybe.
Okay, there we go.
You do
pigeons.
have sending.
Pigeons in the-
You can't use
I-
ascending. You
I
do have-
can, but I haven't heard the rest of the conversation.
There's
What's the
pigeons
tank?
inside the magic shop.
Let me.
Do you
let
have-
me- give me a
Do you have
second.
an out of character recommendation to the player of Ustenia?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually going to have Sesh walk outside, cast sending, and ask Isaac what his opinion would be.
That'll work.
She can cast sending, so
Yeah, that's a way of doing it.
let me
Yeah,
just
so
knock
she
off
does
a spell list thing here. Hang on.
So what does Isaac say in return?
I've got 25 words, haven't I?
Yep.
General
Yeah.
resistance is good. Maybe look into spell deflection, spell absorption, magic resistance things.
Okay. So yeah, Sesh will walk back in after she gets the message and say to Justinia, Isaac recommended spell absorption, spell deflection, that sort of stuff. So maybe you could talk about that sort of thing as well. Though I'd
Well,
imagine that might
okay.
cost a bit more. Since it's
You caught this. So he's pointing to this, the very person in front of us. So he's probably hearing this conversation as well. Yeah, you caught that. What the spell? What is
Yes,
it?
I did
Deflection?
catch that.
absorption.
That is a very specific enchantment that is difficult to achieve.
she's like,
I need to
"Didn't-
go
don't
talk
get paid
to
enough
my
for this, man.
manager.
She's just
Do
like,
I
I
look
don't
like
get
Karen?"
paid enough for this.
Do I
5
look
minutes
like
later-
a Karen to you?
Isaac, sorry, Justinia now
She
has
just
the
steps
bangs.
back.
Just bangs.
Steps back, goes talks.
The
to somebody
teeth look like
behind.
bangs
You
all
can hear
of a sudden
some conversation
helmet.
behind the wall. Comes back around. We can do it. It would just be very expensive.
How much expensive?
Well, that would a general spell deflection is a very high level enchantment, sir.
How
Resistance to
much
magic-
expensive?
Her
resistance-
accent is drifting south the more money gets
What?
involved.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a mighty fine enchantment that you want. I
all the
do
time Roach spends in
declare
this
that
game.
is some magical resistance.
It's all the time Roach has been spending in Red Dead and with his family recently.
Fucking hell, that game. I turned that game on, and it's just like, well, everybody, yeehaw! Just starts going right in there.
Well,
my
I guess
mustache
you
just
gotta
immediately
say,
pins-
Yeehaw, motherfuckers.
You're looking at somewhere above 5,000 gold pieces for that individual enchantment. Sir, for general magical resistance.
Justinia, how much money do you have on you right
Not any, and it is also a very time-consuming enchantment. Before you even, I will say it would take upwards of 2.5 weeks, with the item to imbue it with that, and that would give you a general resistance to magical damage. So in game terms, that would give you damage resistance to magic attacks, which would have it, but while the shield is up. But if you don't have a shield up, it doesn't apply. And that
Well,
is-
I kind of always have a shield ready.
I know. Well, you
So-
can't when you have cleave in two hand.
Well,
to
I
have
kind of really generally don't use my weapons to indeed.
I know.
He's
I'm
like,
just
I am
letting
here
you
to tank. I am here to big, strong men in front of
So
strong
I
target.
have, to answer the question, 4,727 gold pieces.
So it'd be
I would
70
need
altogether.
about, I'd need about 3k.
You
From the
have
party
3k
fund.
in the party fund.
Does the party want to fund all of that just for me?
What do you guys think?
And you haven't even worked out where Rivallon's wanting to get, because you might have to.
Yeah, that's true.
'cause that-
Yeah,
That's it on top of that's an extra thing. These are
It
extra
also does
things,
slow
'cause
down our
Ustenia can
progress.
already tank a shitload and has a high AC. Rivallon does not have a lot of stuff.
Rivallon has more magic items than I do.
Yeah,
Even
but not a
after
lot of direct combat magic items. I think
That's true.
Rivallon's got the bow is a +1, I think, but
Yeah.
its main benefit is that you can't be surprised.
It's
But
got
other
Spidey
than
sense.
that, what else do you have as a magic item?
Plus one
Rivallon?
sword.
Plus one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
plus
+1 sword. Yeah, +1
But
sword.
that's
You don't
so.
use that often.
That's basically basic. Well, he's going to
Yeah.
be using that more. He's looking for another
That's
one
true.
of those, isn't he?
Yeah.
So what is before you
Maybe-
make a choice? Just suggest maybe talk with Rivallon, try and figure out
Yeah.
what what you're
Maybe
gonna
we
do.
should see what Rivallon wants and how much that will cost before we get into that. But
Well,
we-
I will hold on or what you say, what is what? Reserve the general defense. Certainly, I'm very interested in that. Could you source a shield for that? I don't want to have to give up my current shield whilst
Ooh,
it's
we
being
ca-
worked on.
We definitely can, sir. We have agreements with many blacksmiths. The cost of the shield will be applied to the final price. So, how much does a shield cost? It's
Like
10
8 gold
pieces,
pieces
right?
or something.
It's
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah, it's not much. We'll say that adds 10 to it, just because it's a premium that she.
And you
premium
have
service,
to,
they have to
it's a
bring in.
delivery service thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then
We'll say
it's fine.
2,010 gold pieces.
Okay,
for
and
a
we will
a
get
general.
back to you on the other idea. We just need to discuss with friend here what he requires as well, and he might,
I'll suggest to you, sir, before you give me before I actually write up the order, I'll wait until you have a final decision because an enchantment has to be melded. If you're putting 2 enchantments on an item, it has to be done at the same time, or you have to wipe the item then reapply both enchantments. You can't just add them on afterward. It doesn't
You
mesh.
can't tack them
so-
on top of each other.
Yeah.
Yes, I
So
understand.
we'll
what you're
wait.
saying.
We'll
What
wait
I'm
until
saying,
you finalize.
yes, what I'm saying is, of course, don't start working it right now. I'm just saying that regardless of what happens, I'm getting that first enchantment for certain.
Alright.
It's second one
Alright.
we have to discuss. So, do you want me to pay
Uh,
the 2010 now?
I won't take your money until we finalize the order. Just have it.
Okay.
I'll have it incomplete right here until you come back with either another work order from your friend or your final work.
Okay.
Rivallon, your turn.
Rivallon takes his sword out, puts it on the table in front of her, and goes, "I want another one like that, or 2 better."
She picks it up, does looks down the edge, takes off, goes behind the
Just-
counter, opens a small chest, takes out a pearl of some sort, and then she holds it, puts her hand to the.
Casting identify.
All right, we can do that. We have. Do you want a specific design, or do you not mind if they're mismatched?
I prefer match, which is why if you have 2 better, I'll take them instead.
We don't have a set on hand right now, but we can produce them in time. We could take measurements and design notes of this one specifically and have a duplicate produced. It won't be exact, unfortunately, because it'll be a different maker, but it'll be close-ish. We could even pay a premium just to make sure it's as close as possible. Or we can have 2 exact ones made at a local forge, have them brought here, enchanted, and then provided to you.
Okay, out of character, what would that be?
Essentially, it's cost. It's cost.
Nice.
They can make another one. That's
What
a plus
is
1.
If I got the 2 new swords done, would they just be +1s or what?
Yeah, they'd be 2 plus 1 swords. Yes, but it would cost you about 4,050 gold pieces to do that because they have to do 2 enchantments.
Mhm.
But if you're okay with them just making another one
Yep.
of this sword or just another sword, it'll just cost 2,000 something gold pieces, and then they can knock that out.
2010. I think it's the same amount
Well,
of gold for a longsword than
It
is
might
for
not necessarily be 2,000. Just 1 second. I just need to check if the I gotta check the rarity of the +1 offense instead of the +1 D, because that might be different.
It's slightly less, if I remember.
Uh,
Because the thing about defense is AC is like one of the pivotal.
No, they're both
stats.
uncommon. They're
Oh,
both
really?
uncommon. They're not rare. Yeah, they're both uncommon from the looks of it.
Hmm.
'Cause full plate's an uncommon. +1
Ah.
full plate is uncommon, so that would be, if that was going to be anything, that'd be rare. So I just gotta check longsword.
So it's
Short
probably
sword.
like
Short
well,
sword
actually short
Short
sword.
sword.
Short sword.
Yeah.
Short
Probably 6 gold, I
sword.
think.
No, I'm just checking rarity of a +1 short sword.
Right. Also, I need to change my dice color because I can't actually see the numbers on it because they're in black. They're in white, sorry.
Yeah, +1 uncommon. Yeah, that's we're looking at about 2,050 gold pieces for reproduction of this short sword
Give me a second.
for you to have. So you'd have 2 somewhat matching sets. Or you'd
Okay.
have 2 somewhat matching swords
Blades,
that you could
yeah.
use. Yes, sir.
Do you do any long swords of the same kind of
Yes,
make?
we can. We can. We could commission that. Yes. If you'd like, or if you'd like, you could have them. You could commission them directly,
Mhm.
so that you have the exactness of it, and then they can send it to us, and then you can come and pick it up after it's been done enchanted.
All right, fair enough. Let's just do the short sword as you suggested.
All right. Like I said, that'll be coming 2,050 gold pieces, and it'll be about a 7-day round for you to actually know, because they'll have to make it. So you're looking at about probably about 10 days.
Yeah.
About 10 days for it to be done, ready for you here. So 10 days from now, you'll be able to pick it up, and it will hopefully it'll be to your exacting standards. So.
Okay. Could I also acquire sheaths for my back?
We don't normally do mundane items here, but she does point you to a place where you can pick it up, and we'll just say, we'll just say flat out, yeah, you can just like pay. I think it'd be like 5 gold pieces for leatherback sheets. You can,
Excellent.
we can
I'll do
say.
that then. Yeah.
Yeah. 5 gold pieces leatherback sheet. You can put that in there. It'll weigh about a half pound, and they just type that in there. Yeah. done.
Cool.
Okay, so the next thing we need to do is
All right. So
decide if
that's
we-
give her the money then.
Yep. So 2,050 gold
50.
pieces, and then extra 5
Alright.
for your back sheets. You can 'cause you can go pick those up during any point.
Yeah,
during
I'm
the
gonna-
day, so.
I'm gonna say to you, Cindy, I'm gonna ask Isaac if he's okay with us spending the money on getting you that enchantment, because it's also his input, which we kind of, it's not as my decision to give you that money as much as I look after the money in the party. It's also obviously his, because it's his money too. So give me 1 minute. Walk outside.
Yeah.
Cast Cindy again, and I'll ask Isaac if he's okay with me. If he's okay with me giving Justinia about 3,000 gold to have his shield enchanted to deflect magical attacks.
Where did we get that much money?
Actually, no, I just found it. Redo that.
I'm
I
back.
thought I was gonna have to make my own enchantment for that, but there is actually a shield that provides. It's an anti-magic shield. Technically,
Oh,
it's a spell
I do.
guard shield. That is an
Yeah.
actual shield in here, and
Oh,
that
yeah,
is a
yeah.
very different rarity. So I was wrong about that. That's a very different rarity than what I was assuming. I was assuming it would be a rare. This is a very rare. So if you're
Oh.
looking for like a magic thing, specifically for that, that would be a spell guard shield enchantment you're wanting on, which would be a very rare enchantment. And a very rare enchantment is it would be costing you probably upwards of tens of thousands of gold pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oof.
because the GMG is very broad about this. The range of that
It is,
is 5,001 to 50,000. So I would say for a shield like that, I'd say it'd probably be about 15,000 gold pieces or something like that, flat out for you to
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
it.
we don't have that.
That's a very, and basically what that does is while you're holding it, you have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects, and spell attacks have disadvantage, which would be what
Yeah.
I just that makes much more sense as a thing.
Yeah.
But that's very expensive.
So yeah,
So-
we can't actually afford that. So we'll
can't
assume
actually
that
afford that.
retroactively that.
I was searching that, and I was like, maybe there is an actual shield like that, and I could use that as the basis
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
making my own. And yeah, that's
Yeah,
that'd
that's
be-
what
that'd
I
be
was
that.
referencing, sort of thing.
Okay, yeah,
So yeah, I'd assume then that since she's like, yeah, that's way too expensive out of our reach.
yeah.
Justinia
She
just pays
quotes
for
you.
the
It'd be
plus one.
it'd be
Yeah.
15,000 gold pieces, and if very rare, that'd probably be like a month of enchantment work or something, or
Yeah.
near that, because they're not doing it 24/7. They have like 5 or 6 hour days where they're just doing the enchantment work, and it's a lot of magical focus
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
So they,
So I'd assume that Justinia would just get the +1 shield then,
Are you-
right?
Right, Estenia. Just a straight +1.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, pay out 2,000.
How much for a +2? Just float
Plus
the idea
twos
out.
are.
If you have over 4,000 gold,
plus
right?
twos are rare. Plus twos are rare, so that'd be about the same as what we were going to charge for the enchantment that I was talking about before. That'd be like about 4,000, 4,000 or 5,000 gold pieces for just a +2 straight out.
So does that mean that instead of charging 2k for the +1 and then 4k for the +2, it's a charge of 4k because they're enchanting straight
Yeah.
to +2? Also,
Yeah.
my dogs are losing their fucking minds.
I heard that.
essentially.
Yeah, it would be.
Which would
it'd
be pretty decent on Ustenir, nonetheless.
Yeah, but I would say it would be I would say the time would compound because it would. It's
Yeah.
technically you have to do it one and then another. So it would still probably be like a month of enchantment time. It's a very enchantment is not a quick thing. It is even in the downtime guide on Xanthar's guide. It's like it takes a shitload of time to do magical enchantments. So I'm using that kind of as a basis. I'm even cutting that down quite a bit because he's like professional. So
Yeah.
it'd be like a month of work or something or more to do like a +2 enchantment on a
So
shield.
that'd be up
table.
to Justinia's decision. then, I
Yeah,
guess.
whether or not you want a +1, you can get that done in like a week or something like that. But if you did a +2, you'd be here for like a month waiting, or
Yeah.
you'd come back in a month. So up to you what you want to do, Utari.
I'll just get +1. +1 will be fine. That'll push me up to 22 AC. Which
Yeah,
in and
yeah.
of itself is pretty.
Yeah,
freaking
it's not like he needs this, guys. It's not
Mine
like he
will be
needs
at
this.
21. So we'll have 2 frontliners who have 22 and 21 AC and
I'm
86
psyched
I
and
know.
76 HP.
I'll be at the back with my
I know you-
15, like.
Fucking bastards.
Well, I mean, given I
Magic.
have Sentinel and the Rage, it makes sense to really exploit.
No, I
It's
get
in high
it.
AC.
You're building a good character. I hate you though.
You see, I appreciate the sentiment, but fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
but yeah.
after, now that we've finished this, I need to get diamonds. So wherever if I can buy like diamonds here,
Yeah, we'll just say we'll just cut it down a little bit. Instead of
I
doing
need to
like,
buy-
instead of doing 12 shop characters this session.
Yeah.
You go and you find a jeweler area, or you find you find a couple of jewelers, and you can find what specific type of diamond in terms of price. are
it
you
either
looking
needs
for?
to be 300 GP worth of, so it can be one big or a bunch of small diamonds.
Okay. I'll say that's easy enough to find then. You go around it doesn't need to be like ground down or anything. It doesn't need to be gem dust. It just needs to be gems, right?
It
Yeah.
turns to gem dust in the spell, so it's
Yeah,
like
the spell
you
Oh,
turns
have-
it's a,
you
con-
hold-
it's a consumption. Okay.
You hold,
You can
yeah, you hold-
find. I'll say. Okay, I'll say you can find about 700 gold pieces worth of gems.
I'll
kind
buy
of
6
that-
because
that are-
I need 300 for each cast.
Okay.
There's no point in me
So
having
600 gold pieces straight out, and you've got yourself 600 gold pieces worth of gems for that spell. Is it just diamonds specifically? that
just
you
yeah,
diamonds.
need?
specifically
Just
diamonds for
yeah,
Rivallon.
yeah, diamonds. Yeah, 600 gold pieces worth of diamonds, which is actually depending because that's always a weird thing to me because is it just 600 raw diamonds or does it also count like if it's cut and how it in the current market? I
No,
never got the
it's-
market value. This is the thing.
It's raw diamond price.
Yeah.
I think is the
Because
idea
you
of
get a
it.
really nice cut and it's like that big and it's 600 gold pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's to do with like the purity, like because
Yeah.
what it is
Either
it's
way,
the
you
purest of
find
the
it.
gems. It's the life gem.
Yeah. Either way, you find it. You have 600 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
I mean,
and
hey,
I'll
that's
say-
like 2 casts of Revivify. That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that is. I mean,
It's
that's why you're
necessary.
paying it.
I
right
also
now.
still have over 1,000 gold pieces left.
Well, fuck you.
I mean, hey, if you guys need extra money, Sesh is going to be willing to give it to you. It's not like she
Sesh
needs
is the money character, so
Yeah.
it would make sense if she's got money.
She
and
got
she
the
also is a
money.
doctor when she's the downtime, so she gets paid
Yeah.
a shitload of money for
Her
being
side
a
hustle is
doctor.
being a doctor, which is a very, very well-paid
Lucrative
profession.
business, yeah, especially
very
in
lucrative.
fantasy realms where it's not exactly got an NHS, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't want an NHS to be
Just-
honest in a
just-
fantasy world. That would be a bad time.
The bureaucracy's already bad. Okay, so we'll say with all that, you go get your gems. Rivallon gets his back sheets special, and you all meet back up. And I'll
Oh
say
yeah,
you
my back
also
sheet
meet-
holds my bow as well.
Okay, I'll allow it. It's 5 gold pieces. That's 5 days
Fantasy,
worth
yeah.
Swords and
worth
bow.
of work for somebody. That's
Yeah. That's
It's not-
5 days
it's-
worth of guard pay. That's a lot of money.
So I'm guessing everyone meets back up, and Isaac and Mog just come to the group. He's like, "You mentioned we got money from somewhere. What's
I
going on?"
handed him a big pile of gold.
Oh shit!
So you remember that dragon we killed?
oh.
The
Oh.
hide apparently is worth a lot of money.
How
we're-
much
so
money exactly? That's a huge
about
purse of gold.
1,300, about 13,500 gold pieces.
Oh
Okay.
my!
So
You guys are the
we-
ones to be with.
yeah, apparently so. I've ordered up my full
Stick
plate.
with us, kid. You'll make it rich.
For some reason, we've all got cigars. We've all like spent
Yeah.
massive money on cigars. We're sitting there smoking them. But
Just give me more pictures of Spider-Man.
yes. So
And there's only one thing left to do. Brothel.
After
Get me more pictures of
after
Spider-Man.
paying for that, after paying for that shield with the +1, my GP amount is 2727.
Oh, that's really satisfying.
Mine's 1010, which is pretty good.
Mine's actually pretty low as well, to be honest with you. Mine's
What is it?
at 3,158.
Oh,
How much?
Let's be
How
honest.
do
You
you
all
have-
could.
How do you have pretty much
Do
the
you not
same
remember
amount
when
as
I
me,
cheated
and
you
I've
all?
just been given the money?
Do you not remember when I cheated you all?
Oh fuck
And
yes! I forgot.
well, no, you
And-
cheated.
No,
You
Isaac
cheated
doesn't
Isaac.
like
You
no,
cheated.
Isaac
You
doesn't.
cheated Isaac, and you cheated R1. You didn't cheat anyone else because you bribed me to keep my mouth shut, and you gave Justinia a fair pay.
I did, actually,
and
yeah.
I kind of haven't really been spending money
That's true.
much.
Yeah. You've all
Whereas
been
I-
stuck in the Step Kingdoms for a month. And
I've also
there's
been
not a lot to
buying
buy.
utility items for the party.
Also,
true, yeah.
give me the sheet. I want to go take a bath. I need to go bathe, please.
Give you the what?
The sheet, the
You know,
visa.
the thing that allows us to travel in the city.
Yes.
You've got it.
I have it. Oh, I thought you gave it to Justinia.
Yeah.
It's how you guys went shopping. I'm using
One
Mog.
one of
Oh,
us,
yeah.
one of the shopping.
I'll
party has
assume
it
that
because-
I'll assume that somebody gives it to me, and I'm like, all right, I'll be back later for dinner. I'm gonna go find a bathhouse.
Alright.
What time is it roughly, Roach?
It's near dark. You study for most of the day,
Yeah.
and they shopped for most of the day because they had to do a lot of walking around, shopping around for good blacksmiths and stuff. So it was most of a day. To do most. Also,
right,
there was a lot of
Isaac, you should
transfer of
know
gold that
we
took
can't
hours.
go anywhere for 10 days.
That's okay.
You
Uh,
no you all but I think none who traded in their stuff.
I
think
gave
it was
my
only-
shield.
You gave a shield, but everybody else just got a commission, right? Or no, Ustenia
Yeah.
also
Yeah,
traded.
we
in a
can't
shield.
like
No,
leave
no,
the
no,
city, as
no.
in we can't.
Oh
go-
no, you got commission.
Yeah.
But we need to wait for our stuff to be built and made because it'll
I've
take
got
11
weight
days
for my
for my
armor.
armor
You
to
can
be made and
do,
ready.
yeah. No, there's no reason for. I'm just trying to say, there's no reason you can't go anywhere during that time.
No,
You
but we
just
can't like go away for.
You
3
can't go
months.
out. Yeah, you can't go away out of the country. That's the thing. But
Yeah.
you can do work around here. Is what I.
Yeah.
is-
Yeah.
is that they
Yeah,
need you every
we
day.
can do work. We can continue studying. There's so much things we can study in that library. Like, Isaac will
Found the
definitely.
porn section.
We'll definitely be making use of this time. Like,
Actually, that's a question. Would you tell Sesh to stay because you want to talk to her about the monastery?
Isaac's just been blindsided with the most money he's ever seen in
It's
his
like,
life.
take this fucking money, yeet, go.
Well, actually, since he was a child, essentially, it's the
Yeah.
most money he's ever physically owned, and he's like, I
Oh yeah,
have
Sesh
no
will
idea.
Sesh will have also given you a breakdown of everyone bought. So she got a +1 breastplate, sentinel shield. Ostinia's getting a shield improvement. Rivallon's getting a new sword. And,
Armor.
I got some diamonds because now I can bring you guys
Oh,
back. to
thank
life.
God. Okay, thank you to the many gods for doing that one. Okay, I
Now off to a bathhouse because I've been in the Step Kingdoms for a month. Excuse me, gone.
This party is now diamonds.
Isaac will
Sesh is
definitely be
in the
going
bath
shopping
with the
tomorrow morning.
diamonds, just really just float, pouring them over herself. Just, oh, I'm so.
So we'll.
I need to get back to draw that.
Look at this thing
already-
that you
I've
love.
already got
The
commission
oyster
for
is
that
now
right
two
now.
two scrolls of prayer healing. Can you see I'm riding this dragon backwards?
Isaac, may I borrow the Stone of Sending? I want to send a message to my parents.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
25 words.
Yes, we've got 2 charges on it. I think no, 3. We're up to the full 3 on that.
Yeah, well, you haven't used it that much, so it's
Yes,
it's
I
a
know,
lot of.
that- I
It's had enough time to
got
charge.
confused with the free reply with Sesh.
Right.
Right, right.
Brad, just send me your backstory again. I know you had a
Rival sent it to you
yeah
on Discord.
In your direct chat from me, mate.
Yeah, I'm looking back. Okay, here it is.
See?
It's a lot. I wrote a lot.
I know. That's fine. Like I said, give me as much or little as you want. I don't.
Might add to it.
The
I'll see.
family tree was a little much, but that worked.
At least it's all names you
Okay.
can say, unlike Sesh's family.
You make a lot of assumptions.
Sorry.
Yep. Okay.
Sid James.
So what? So yeah, you're provided with a sending stone.
What am I sending with the sending stone?
25 words or less.
I know, I wrote it last week.
Oh, excellent.
Send the Book of Morg. Right.
Every time you say Book of Mog, my head goes Book of Mormon.
Is Mog a Mormon?
Who knows?
No, she's
She's not.
So,
No.
something else.
something else.
Something way else.
What are you sending?
So I'm sending to.
She's part of the Mythic Dawn and believes in Mehrunes Dagon.
There's weirder shit out there.
I'm sending to my mum.
Let her talk, damn it.
Then you just go.
I know. As soon as I said it.
I'm sending to my mum, and I'm saying, using sending stone, King Soaks left Takova, now heading south, have joined mercenary band for aid, am safe, will write to expand, love to all.
So to your mother.
To my mother.
To your mother. How was that pronounced?
Megalina. You can call her Meg.
Megalina. Well, no, I'm just making
It's Lady
sure.
Megalina to you, bitch.
Okay. You have no guides. You have no word on anything other than that, so I'm just gonna go on Megalina. Okay.
She knows how to use
she's-
a sending stone.
She just need to use a sending stone to send back to you. You
No,
will
I
get
know,
a reply.
but she
Yeah.
knows it's 25 words.
Yeah. And she's a human, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's not in the directly, like it's a little blurb. Just for future reference, it's like it's really good if you have like name, race, age, and that gives basically what you need to kind of give a voice to something, and for future reference if you're doing a character, for like backstory.
There you go. You've learned something new today.
Yeah.
I have.
Every day's a school day.
Okay. So, good to hear. Hope you're doing well. Try and keep in touch. I can't count on my fingers. I'm not used to counting words. Yeah, yeah. Things are going
Use your
well here.
mustache hairs.
Yeah, what? I have too many. Things
got
are going well
17.
here. 17 words. Done or to go?
To go.
To go. Going well here. Keep in touch. Trying to think what she would say at this. Try and reach out more.
Yeah.
Call back home when you can.
Yeah, you've got 4 words.
Love you. That's
Done.
very disjointed, but she's keeping it short.
It's a
and sweet.
mom. She's like, look after
She
yourself,
picks
but
it up
also
in
please
one
come home.
long, clear sentence. Everything's fine.
I didn't have a
This
week
Dungeon
to make
Master
the message.
Crap is easy.
Oh, you want to die?
Wow. That's abuse.
There's, I think somebody just shot.
Rival, if you need help, blink twice in the camera.
So you have, we'll say that's, you've done that. Is there anything else anybody wants to do for the night outside or anything? Because it is dark. So at this
Bravo.
point, you only have one transit paper, so everyone would have to go with you for the time that you're there.
That's fine.
Not if we're in the hotel. I'm gonna go back to the inn.
I don't think they have on call.
No. I'm saying I don't need the transit papers if I don't leave my room.
It's true.
If I'm not transiting, I do not need them.
You see, Isaac is just like, boobies? They're against good payload and faith.
I'm not transiting. I'm traveling.
I'm traveling
Excuse me,
to
Isaac is the only person to have possibly gotten laid in this campaign. You can't use
Exactly.
I mean, we don't know what
Awful.
our one's been doing in the
that. I mean,
like,
I
we
want-
don't know.
So,
Everyone's
Tari,
getting
you under
laid,
maritime
even if he has
law?
to pay for it.
Oh,
Are
I
you a
want
man of?
back.
Are you a man of the land? Is that what it is? Or
Not that
whatever
way.
they call it over there.
I am the person, the incorporated being.
I'm not the corporation.
Avatar.
Yeah.
He's not a
I
business.
am not the
He's a
corporation.
business.
I am the
or
man
individual. I am
who
a
stood
living
here.
man in flesh.
Wow. This is getting off the rails pretty quickly.
Jake Sully.
Well, if you see the man, corporation, or being of Ustenia, you tell him he's not getting out of jail either.
I know that one. Am I talking to the man, the being, the incorporation?
Fucking judge is amazing. You don't know what we're
Wheezes.
talking about. You don't know what we're talking about. Sovereign citizens are hilarious. They're
Yes.
funny. So we'll say you go through your nightly rituals, whatever they may be, and head back to the hotel at some point. And you have basically the night to yourselves. You get a meal and take to your rooms. Did everybody get an individual room, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
This time? Okay. So you're not that kind of close party.
I've been here 2 weeks. I think I haven't. My own.
Oh,
Also, Mog is new, so that would be weird.
yeah, that would be.
Also, one of us is a woman. So,
2.
well, one of us was a woman. Now there's two of us. So, you know. But hey, as much as I love the guys, I don't want to be in a room naked with them.
You don't usually sleep naked.
That's
I
true.
don't
Hey.
usually sleep.
Yep. That might also be a problem because then you just have Rivallon just staring at a wall for
Oh no! I positioned myself so I was staring. At the
Isaac
room.
knows. Isaac shares
So it's
normally
just
with
so
us
that she
a lot
wakes up
when it comes to it.
Yep.
So she wakes up and she just like throws her warhammer.
It's like
at
that.
you, just
It's like that Warhammer 40k comic of the guardsman that just gets different roommates all the time. He's just like he's just one time he gets a roommate with a Mechanicus tech priest, and it's just like middle of the night. The Mechanicus is just like, your flesh is weak, just like staring over him as he's sleeping, and he's just like.
Let me see if Rivallon did that would
amazing
say
comic.
he'd get like a warhammer to the mouth. Just oh shit,
Yeah.
whack. Oh, I'm sorry, Rivallon. I'm sorry.
So, we'll say you all get a night's sleep. Nothing really happens. And if you have weird dreams, psychic connections with any kind of god, or demon, or whatever they may be,
Jeff.
Oh yeah, let's make that completely like under the radar. No one gets any
It depends on how you look at 'em.
god or demon or whatever.
yeah, or whatever.
Both
Who knows
is-
what they are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perspective, in some ways. So, you, but you wake up in the morning to, the same place, little, like elvish style inn that you're staying at. And get your breakfast.
1 sec.
It's not a big deal. What is your plan for the day?
1 minute.
Team, what is our plan for the day?
Get a job.
Kill.
Okay, so I'm going to
Kill
give.
something.
I'm going to give the innkeeper 22 gold and 5 silver, which will last us for the next. No, sorry, that's not right. Can't be right. I mean, why is my math awful?
I thought we'd already paid for the week.
No, we only
These
paid
are
for 2
re-
days. We only
Is
paid
it
for 2
related
days.
to science?
Yeah. So yeah, I gave her 22 silver and 5 copper. That sounds about right. No, it's definitely 22 gold and 5 silver for the next 9 days for all
Yeah.
5 of them.
Yeah, that sounds close
Yeah, that's
enough.
right.
Yeah, I give her 22 gold and 5 silver and say this is for the rest of our stay because that's how long we have to. After tomorrow, it'll be
How
9
long
days
you
until
will theoretically have to be at this?
yeah
place
until we get
too,
our
so
armor in, basically.
Yeah, so you've essentially reserved the rooms for that time. Whether or not you're here, the rooms will be in your name. You can come in, and you can sleep there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That sort of, yeah. So all right.
Knock off
Yeah,
the
she
gold then.
takes the innkeeper takes it. This willowy elf lady.
I asked the elf lady, Mrs. or Miss whatever her blooming name was.
Bidai.
you know of- Yeah, okay. Yo, elf lady.
Wow, says the elf.
What up?
This is how elf sounds.
Yeah.
This is elves speaking Elvish to each other.
This is
Elvish,
speaking
what
Elvish,
up,
so you
homeboy?
don't actually understand it unless you speak Elvish. And it's
I
basically,
do.
Yeah.
I
Yo,
cast
what's
Tom.
up? You know where there's a job board for the mercenary work or anything like that in the local area? Somewhere where I can kill something?
You're all mercenaries?
Yes.
I actually do have. I know where job board is, but I
Wanna
have
hire
been
us?
provide. No, I won't. But I
Okay.
do know someone who will hire you.
If it's the government, we're not interested.
If it's a government, we're not interested.
No, not the no, not the government.
Inside check.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because with
Dear
the way
God,
she's speaking,
yes.
she's like, oh wow, okay. Damn dice.
No, you think for a second she's
I got
Wait,
15.
is this? Yeah, you think? Well, both of you pretty much. She's not pretty transparent. Both of you think for the split second, she had to just double check to make sure the person that she was talking to wasn't associated with the Coven government, because they had a job. They were working with somebody that had something like that. It was there's some sort of like there might be a connection in the background there. Or something.
Might have been a
Yeah, she-
parallel sort of thing.
Yeah, she was just like, yeah, no, good. No, there's a gentleman who came by at some point last week who was inquiring about someone to do some work for him. Goes by the name of Dr. Ray. Dr. Ray.
Dr. Ray.
Dr. Ray. He is some sort of archaeologist, doctor, person. I didn't care.
Fuck
But
off.
he did say that anyone who was looking for work, I should send them his way.
Okay,
Which
and where's
is-
his way?
Well, I could definitely point you that way for a small fine fee.
Or I could
I
kill you.
give her. Oh, I can kill you.
Perhaps.
Isaac just spits out his like morning cup of milk or whatever he's.
Morning cup
Just-
of milk in a medieval society. It's lukewarm milk. Yeah, it just wakes me up in the morning.
I mean, it's no
Did
better
everyone
than.
just say that?
I mean, it's no
Wondering
better
what
than
she
the
got
highly
herself into.
pasteurized stuff that I drank in the steps. To be fair.
Yeah, true.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the memory of the steps milk out. Is that?
But you never drank it. I did.
A simple 5 gold pieces.
I just give her the 5 gold.
I wouldn't even give her the 5 gold. Offer her 5 silver and that's it.
Thank you. He's at the Sly Archer.
You just got played.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time, and it's not the first time you got played either.
So, what's everybody doing today? What's the
Well, I
what's the
guess we
plan?
should talk to this Dr. Reyes person.
I would
Find
like
out what he
to-
wants.
I would like to go to the magic shop, if possible.
Well, we do have 2 travel,
Yes, exactly.
Thanks. so why don't you go do that? The rest of us will go talk to him, and I'll keep you up to date via sending.
Yes, that works perfectly fine for me. All right, I will see you in. Where shall we meet? Generally.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
So yeah,
Alright.
we're gonna
Come on,
go
Mog,
find
you with
this
us.
Dr. Ray, the
Uh,
Sly Archer.
very well.
Would
morning.
this be a good point to take a break?
It's well, yeah, we might as well. We got 6 minutes till our break time, so
Yeah,
Well,
that
does
works.
Isaac want to get his shopping done super quick, and then we can
I mean, me and Roach can discuss it in the break if it's easier.
No,
Yeah,
I was just
that'll be
thinking,
easier.
since we're splitting up, like, rather than getting caught up into something, that we
Yeah,
take a break a little
For
early.
sure. Yeah, we'll take the
Yeah.
break early. Me and Roach will just discuss shopping, so we don't make this an entirely shopping episode.
Great.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll be back in our normal sort of 5 to 10 minutes. Go get yourselves some refreshments, a little snack if you need it, but we'll be right back.
Schnackaroo.
Snack
No, he's gone.
He gone.
He gone. He's abandoned us.
Okay, that's fine. That's done.
He
If
does
there was
what-
anyone I think would abandon us, I didn't think it would be Utare first.
He's gone.
No, but I need. I was looking at my card basically, and I need something of the sort of like to either do like because I'm not ever gonna be better in stats than I already am now in terms of my charisma's not gonna hit 20. It won't.
Unless you spend an improvement at 12 to do it.
Yeah, but it's better for me to take feats.
Mm.
Probably.
Fair.
Yep, he's gone.
He gone.
No one there.
Knowing like the makeup of the party and like everything. So I need something to make my spells a bit more potent because at the moment they don't do much at all.
I mean, you literally carried us through that fight with Zivka with the Shadow Blade.
First time in a long time though. Like my damage output hasn't been great for a sorcerer.
I mean, the only reason that I think we survived that fight is because Sash was like, "You're not taking me down. That's not happening. You're not doing it."
All right, I'm back.
Is
so-
good old Justinian is
No,
Terry?
he's still not there.
Damn it, you Terry.
I'm gonna bring our voices back anyway.
I'm already back.
Oh hi.
Yeah, I hadn't yet, so but it's fine.
Not everyone's you, rival.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Tell your friends.
Most white way of continuing that verse. Back
Shady's
again.
back. Tell a friend. Oh. I've created a monster because nobody wants to see Marshall no more. I'm Shady. I'm chopped liver.
I don't know why, but I want you to actually like talk that song out and record it because it sounds like it would be absolutely terrifying.
Yes, and I also think that Marshall Mathers would be like, "Let's go find this fuck."
We got to kill this white guy in England.
All right, so
Seriously, dude, I'm Slim Shady. Please, do it.
Which one do you want? The Slim Shady.
I'm Slim Shady.
no.
Or you're the
No.
Slim Shades are just imitating.
No. So
You all act like you've never seen a white
We're back.
person before.
we're back.
Jaws.
So we're back. So we're back.
Utari, are we back? Is Utari back?
No, Terry's not back.
No. Utari's not back. I'm looking at his
Utari's
stream.
not back yet. Yeah, he's not back yet. I was gonna say, I didn't think he's back. So
He's not back.
Jaws all on the floor.
Back again.
Pam and Tommy bursting through the door. Started whooping her ass worse than before.
Roach is just getting so.
Roach is done with
Hates
life.
us all.
Roach hates us all.
It's just when you get to the bits like chicka, Slim Shady, I'm sick of him. Look at him walking around grabbing his you know what, flipping the you know who. Yeah, but
rival.
he's,
Why haven't I seen Halo on your channel?
A nice pivot there, my friend.
Yeah.
We call
No, 'cause
that
I just saw
a
you were
180.
doing. I just saw you were doing surviving the aftermath or whatever that was.
Yeah, that's because
that
I did
game.
it for a live stream because I didn't. That's right. There was no D&D because someone
Was being an actor.
was being an
Someone
actor.
was being an actor.
I wasn't acting, I was on sound.
You're being an actor on
I was
sound.
being creative.
You're being a little bitch.
Ah, so why haven't I seen your why haven't I seen any Halo on your channel? Because I know you have it.
Yeah, I do have it, and
I
the
know.
reason you haven't seen it on the channel yet is it's actually very complicated. I haven't played it yet.
Come on, Randall.
For those of you on the podcast, the sheer disappointment in Roach's face was immense.
It's literally
Alright.
the camera is melting before him.
Yes.
Guys, gotta
The
do it, man.
disappointment is irreversible and his day is ruined.
He's not angry.
He's just.
I do. I gotta see you. I gotta see you blind play through Halo.
And I will blind play through Halo when the others are out.
That'll be years, probably.
Yay!
I'm
He's back!
Slim Shady. Yes, I'm
Yeah,
the real
sorry.
Shady. All you other Slim Shadys
He
are just
abandoned us and he
imitators.
was
Well,
finally
now we're
returned.
back. Now we're back.
So
now we're
won't the
back.
real Slim Shady please
Now
stand
we're
up?
back.
Please stand up. Please stand up.
Midge, I'll kill Isaac. I don't give a fuck. we may have spent a lot of money on art for him, but I'll kill him.
I will murder that man.
He'll get
Both
mugged.
of us.
He'll get mugged in Takova and get shivved in the kidney, and no one will know where he's at. And
Revenge of the teenage woman.
he'll just bleed out in a gutter somewhere in Takova, and people will just, where's Isaac? He'll
This is where like Sesh
be next to the
casts in.
magic shop after he got his commission. Just
You know the character I'd come back with would be like 1,000 times worse though, Roach.
I can keep killing him, Mitch. There's nothing you
Just
can do
gotta-
to stop me. There's nothing you can do to stop a street urchin from shivving a fucker.
Gonna just build some sort of like
yeah, just like a little 12-year-old chimney. A little 12-year-old chimney sweep comes up to Isaac, he picks pocket and just goes back.
I mean, Isaac has
reaction
previous
shield, reaction
experience.
shield, reaction shield.
I mean, Isaac has previous experience of being shaved by a young
That
woman.
is true.
So-
That'd be the perfect
Like,
end.
I have the perfect like.
You
comeback
almost died.
Yes,
to-
I know.
to-
I
to a
know.
little-
I know.
It was great.
I-
It was my
I
first
have the
episode here,
best,
and I loved
like,
it.
Comeback character though. If anyone like kills me out of spite, the next character I come back with is a furbolg that speaks like Mr. Rogers. So.
I could deal with that.
So, are you back,
Wow,
rival? You back, rival?
We're both
Not
dead.
really.
Both dead.
Calm down, Frank. Calm down.
I forgot. You got rid of your 2 medium rubies, right?
Yes, we sold those.
Okay, so I'm just getting rid of those out of
Oh,
the.
sorry, I traded them in, but they're gone now. Yes.
Yeah, okay, party sheet's gone. It's okay. Got that. Okay. Did you also get rid of the stuff that you traded in that scroll? Did you get rid
Yes.
of it as well from your character sheet? Okay. So we're back. Midge got a commission done. He went ahead and he put a commission in for a new wand. So what were the others doing?
We were gonna go and
We're
hunt for
going
that
to the
dude.
Sly Archer.
Dr. Reyes.
Okay. Second.
In the
Changing
Sly
day
Archer.
over. In the Sly Archer. In the shitty part of town.
In the
So-
shitty part of town.
Yep. So,
I do
what
not
you had.
think I will be recommending your park.
So which who's going? Is it just
It's everybody but Isaac.
everybody but Isaac? Okay, everybody but Isaac. So you lot head to the Cherry Shade, which is the largest and shittiest part of town, all outside of the inner walls.
Yeah.
This is where
It's
Isaac gets
characterized-
shivved.
No, he's not here.
No, like
he's
this is
back.
where
in
Isaac
the-
gets shivved on the way back here. He's just like,
Oh, it's characterized by very tight streets and buildings that have begun to be kind of built taller and taller. Like it's starting to like have a build up as people people keep moving in, but they don't want to expand further away from the city. So things are just starting to grow upward. So you can kind of see where the Cherry Shade name comes from because there's a lot of shadow from the taller building. And Ustenia, you're familiar with this place. You stayed in the Sly Archer basically every time you came to Takova to do trading before. So it's not hard to find. Near the outside edge of the Cherry Shade, there's an inn, though it looks more like a wooden shack than a full inn. And it's exceptionally unclean. Just very, very unkept. A lot of things growing in the little bits to the side. It's a little mossy on one end. Kind of been here for a while. Nobody really gives a shit about the outside. And you all head in, and it's just like you remember it, Estenia. Basically one-room shack. It's a large shack, but it's one room, with the bar set up, a hearth on one end, and just tables and chairs, kind of haphazardly with no set or rhyme or reason, taking up most of the space. And you see a familiar sight, Usteni. You see the innkeeper, who's a very old, curmudgeon-y female dwarf named Swana. And her little animal companion, though not so little, about the same size as her, a gray wolf dog that you know to be named Lilin. Just laying down, kind of generally chilling next to the bar, as is his wont. And there's like a smattering of patrons, just kind of all around, in various different, maybe some in groups, some alone, as you enter in. So what do you?
So do we just shout for doctor, or do we ask for the...
Is there anyone who could be a doctor in here?
Good question.
Perception check.
Okay, do a perception check.
Perception. The most used skill in the game.
21.
I rolled 3.
You rolled a 3, but you got an 11 because you're broken.
Double click on the dice
incorrect.
on the +5.
I will be once I get my shield, which gives me advantage.
60.
You got 19.
19.
You can change your dice color, which will make it a bit easier to see
Yeah,
what you.
will do.
Yeah.
I can't remember how.
So-
was the thing.
You right click your. It's
Top left-hand corner, there's a little thing that looks like a paint. That,
Yeah,
the one.
there's a top
Oh,
right
yeah.
hand right hand
right
corner
corner.
paint palette.
PayPal.
So you all look around, and it's not that hard to see. Most people here look like day laborers or not laborers. Just kind of sitting around, like some just like kind of nursing what looks to be the drink they've had for hours because that's all they can afford. Some people just kind of passed out, others talking, having like a bite to eat of the kind of stuff that is available. You see one individual though who's sitting by himself at a table with just some loose papers and a book, and they seem to be reading. They have like a mug of ale, and it's a probably like middle-aged human man with like kind of short black hair, darker skin, like kind of a Mediterranean kind of skin tone. He could be it.
I'll
What'd
approach
you
him.
get?
Yeah, we'll go up
Okay.
to him.
Dr. Reyes?
Looks up from the book he's reading. Yes.
May we sit?
Do I know you?
You're looking for people to do some work, right?
Ah, yes. The old crone finally sent someone. Yes, sit, please.
I like him.
What did she tell you?
Just that you were an archaeologist and you were looking for some mercenaries.
Well, that is just about the gist of it, yeah.
Are you affiliated with the government?
No, I don't.
Insight check.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Lots of rolls today.
The government.
I think you're muted.
told
Oh,
us,
yeah, Insight check. Hey,
Insight
doesn't
check.
seem to be lying. Rivallon.
Okay.
I
fair
definitely
enough.
know he's not lying.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be lying. Satch, definitely. From what you can tell. No, I am associated with a few different universities around Rivallon. Specifically, We are, me and my team are currently on a expedition, a dig, not too far away from Takova. We found some interesting finds nearby, and we need some help with them. How familiar are you with with archaeology?
I'm from the Grey Wastes. You get a few in here now and there. They tend to like making friends with the guards, so which is what I was. I understand you're trying to discover.
I did my postgraduate at a dig site near the Grey Wastes. It was very nice. Very nice.
Thank
no,
you.
yes. Yeah, there's the Gaul region has used to be home of a kingdom of the Gauls. It's where the river got its name, and they're kings. And they're most known for burial mounds. Most of them are up north, where the old capital city used to be. But we believed, one of my associates looked at some notes and some geographical data and was able to ascertain that a hill nearby was atypical. And we came out here and we found a burial mound there. It was the hill. So the problem is that these are usually warded against grave robbing, which means they have traps and protection inside.
Something up.
Probably various undead.
Usually not undead. Usually just traps and things to stop those individuals from taking stuff
Could
from inside
anything
of
be
the mound.
cursed?
Usually not. Usually not. These are the burial mounds of kings. They're just there to ward against theft, mostly.
So basically, you need bodies to go in and set the traps off or find out where they are.
Well, usually adventurers are experienced in these kinds of things, so it's best to
A
hire
simple
them.
yes
Last
or no.
time, yes.
There you go.
And now I will cast sending and give Isaac an update, just saying, Rhea's nearby dig, found suspected tomb of king, needs bodies to set off traps.
There you go.
Isaac, well, two
Oh,
6-year-olds are shiving you in both kidneys from two sides. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Inflict wounds on the both of them. Well, because they're 6-year-olds, they've got like 2 HP, so like
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
just crumpled to
Yeah.
black ooze.
It's a
Isaac's
joke.
now a known murderer and on the run.
Go ahead.
No, you see, it was self-defense, so you can.
I saveth children, I kill them. It's like,
It's the
last time you were
same
here,
two
you say-
kids who you saved earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same one.
Yeah.
She's come of
Now
age.
they're-
And she is actually a hag.
Yeah.
I
no.
promise.
Yeah. Go ahead. Oh yeah. You're just leaving the magic shop whenever you're given these instructions.
On my way over. Still at the inn, I take it. Ask what religion the king might have been.
I will proceed to then ask Reyes, do you have any idea what religion's king might have followed?
Well, we're not exactly sure. Well, when I left about a week ago. My crew was clearing out the entrance site. They had found inscriptions and they were still translating them when I left. So we're not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure what the individual who he was, or they were actually, right now. But if they're like anything like the other kings of Gaul, they followed the religion of the time, which was a very limited pantheon of gods. Just generally a god of the sun, a god of the harvest, a god of generally all of them equally just kind of existed.
So, modern day Palor?
No, these were proto versions. This was depending on exactly when the mound was made. This was during the Age of Fire, or and that wouldn't be the Dawn Age. It'd be like Age of Fire. So we're talking before Palor. These were like proto gods, and these are very far removed. the names are even difficult to ascertain sometimes. So
So pre-current pantheon.
yes,
I kind
yes,
of-
very very much.
Grab Sesh's shoulder and kind of just pull her in and whisper into her ear. Mog can read practically anything.
She just nods. Okay. And then I will cast Sending again, Isaac. Pre-current pantheon. Only opened entrance week ago. Is a week ago 2 or 3 words?
Say it
I'll
quickly
go,
enough, it's
'cause-
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
week ago.
Yeah,
2. We'll say 2.
it's
Week
a
ago.
compound word. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
do that.
Only opened week ago. Believed to be from Age of Fire.
Also, you're still at Sly Archer.
Also, still
at
at Sly Archer. Yeah.
Good. Just needed to make sure didn't affect religious beliefs.
On way.
I've already
There's-
said I'm on my way.
2 level 3
Yeah.
spells gone.
Yep.
Excellent.
I mean, you
Then
could have
it-
waited till I got there at that point.
Yeah,
you
we're
didn't know.
talking.
You didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
didn't tell
But,
you.
but I do
He
have
assumed.
level 4 spells, so I'm fine. I can just use those instead.
But yes, if I
Well, we
I'm
have one
willing
more
to-
member on his way here, and
Great, that'd be great.
once they get here, we will decide, basically.
All right.
What is the payment of this job?
Well, it's probably only going to. This is a burial mound. It's not a complex interior, so there's usually only one main chamber to clear, and then the actual burial chamber. So it's pretty quick. So you're probably only going to be there a day.
Hmm. What's the 7-day
plus-
trip out there?
No, it's actually only a few hours.
Oh, that's helpful.
I left a week ago. I've been here trying to get some mercenaries to help us.
I'm assuming it'd be even faster if we had horses, correct?
Actually, that was with horses. I have mine.
We have to get our
stabled
horses
right
from
now.
Arian. Well, from our stable.
Oh, this is good. But yeah, a few hours to get there. Probably if we wanted to do it today, we'd probably leave here, you'd spend the night at the camp, and then we'd go in first thing in the morning, just so we could get everything done before the day, hopefully.
That would be.
So it'd be a day's work.
Mhm.
But for a day's work, I'm willing to pay 200 gold pieces. Right off the
person?
bat. No, 200
200
it's,
flat. Okay.
for 5
Well-
people for a day's work is.
Well, we're
50
not.
gold
We're not
versus-
straight off the
versus
the rocker kind of mercenaries. We've done it before. You might have heard of the Turquoise Company. We've done work here in Tokova before.
I have never heard of you.
Well, that's unfortunate. But hey, how's about this? If we get it done in half a day. Hang on, Mage probably has a question here, out of character, does he?
Yeah, you continue. I'll get to me when he's.
When I'm done talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna say this out of character. No, actually, I'll let you negotiate. But Ustini's gonna basically signal he wants a chat.
Well, there are 6 of us to pay. Correct.
There's 5 of you to pay.
There's 5 of us
Five.
to pay. 5 of us to pay, which would mean each of us would get 40 gold. So,
40 gold for a day's work is 40 times what a normal guild laborer makes. So it's for a day's work. I
I now see
I'm willing
Justinia trying to talk, and I look at him and I. Please, Justinia. And he's just quiet. Just sits there staring blankly.
Yeah.
I've been called.
No. I thought you were saying please as in for him to shut up.
No, you go ahead.
Ustinia's gonna basically signal like not in his hearing. No, he needs to chat like quietly.
Give us a moment, Doctor.
Of course. The prices are negotiable.
I will step
Payment.
away from the table.
Okay.
Ostinia.
So 200 each. Really?
200 total.
Flat.
Each? No,
No.
you
Ah.
asking each. Really?
Doesn't hurt to ask.
Justinia face palms here.
The worst he can say is
Yes,
no, Justinia.
We can negotiate a little bit better price, but I'm saying that you're playing a little bit too hardball, given that we don't actually have any reputation.
I
I'd
was
rather
thinking
not
about-
scare off all work. You
I
know,
was thinking
yes,
about
we
two-
could push a bit
220.
for price, but having him say "fuck off" is not going to be good for us. Please,
I was thinking 220. If I could get 220 out of it.
220 is fine, but come on, please, like hurry it up.
I was
Sash.
being more sarcastic, but okay, it's cool. Don't worry.
Sesh, offer
Justinian
my
doesn't
translation
use
skills. They
sarcasm.
might still be translating. So that might be another service we can offer.
Good idea, Margaret.
Morg.
Great idea. Okay. Okay. I will sit back down. I actually have an individual here with a very particular set of talents.
She will find you.
A
She will
dream
hunt
for
you.
men like you.
When she finds you, she will kill you.
Okay.
Would you mind letting the gentleman know what you're capable of?
I'm able to read any language, so if there was still translation work to be done, if you could offer some more gold, then I'm more than happy to have a look at what needs translating and offer my
Translation
So-
services.
translation services.
Each.
Hand signals.
That was for Midge.
Yep, I know.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking was, considering Margaret's very useful to you.
How about I do this? I can go as high as 250 for the whole thing. And if it turns out you still need a little help, or you need a little bit thing to kick it over the edge, I am an accredited doctor at many institutions across the role. I can put in good words in many places. I could.
250
I
done.
know.
No. Better idea. 240, and I'll take your accreditation.
You're going down in price now?
I'm also a doctor.
So? He said 250.
Where
Face palms again.
Okay. So you're a doctor. What doctor of archaeology?
No, medicine.
Oh, different doctor.
Yeah.
No, I don't heal nothing. I dig up.
It's
things.
a very useful skill to have.
Yes. I'd assume so. Mine, not so much. But either way.
Oh, God.
Just don't go breaking any bones, you'll be fine.
Well,
You
not
do
my
realize
own,
you're
at least.
insulting the guy now.
Not my own, at least.
We'll take the
250.
250.
250. Okay, that's good. Yeah. I'll. When would you like to leave?
Once our friend gets here, we can go get our horses and meet you at the edge of town.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah. Meet me, and he gives you a spot. Meet me there. We'll head out. We'll be there probably before nightfall. We'll have a couple hours daylight at that point. I can get caught up on what's happened since then, and we can go in the morning. Yeah, get this all done. It's a pleasure. What's your group's name, by the way?
The Turquoise Company.
Turquoise Group. Okay. Yes.
My name is Sesh, Rivallon,
Sesh.
Justinia, Mog, and another member is Isaac.
Okay. Yes. Good. I'll meet you out there. And he leaves. A couple minutes later,
Picks up all his shit off the desk.
yeah, he's just got a couple of papers and like puts a book down and
Next
puts
the
it-
ale, puts it down.
Yeah, no, he does. He takes like maybe a half a thing. He just chugs it down, puts it down, then puts a couple of coppers on the bar and leaves. A couple minutes later,
I guess we'll go ahead and stand outside and wait for Isaac.
yeah, a couple minutes later, you see Isaac walking down the street. He has 5 turquoise-colored cloaks that he has bought that are just kind of like on his arms. And he's just going,
I see
going
this
down.
and I giggle to myself.
Uniforms.
Also, yeah, I realized I'm a little out of practice on the whole bargaining thing. I did pretty well in the magic shop, but
I think you didn't really do mercenary so much, did you?
no,
You did
it was more
being merchant.
yeah.
You can have a good price on items, but you got to learn the value of mercenary work is a little bit different.
Yeah, I'm sure you could teach me a few things.
More than happy.
And there's one for you, Rivallon.
I
Here's
take
one
one.
for you, Stinia. Here's one for
You may all mark
you.
down.
Is
What
there like
is
our
this?
names on the inside of them? Is there like a label with?
Tuck
No,
you
I
have the
haven't gone
time to
that
get
far.
that commission. No. Each one of you now has a turquoise cloak in your inventory.
I wear
How
mine.
heavy
I
is
put it
it?
on.
It's I'm gonna I don't know. It's cloak. It's a pound. Well,
I put it
we'll
on.
put
2 pounds.
2 pounds. We'll put 2 pounds because it is like rough spun. It's whatever you could get on the way in the cherry shade. So it's
I put it on, and I'm just like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yep.
It's like RuneScape
See.
again, you know. You got your clan cloak.
Yeah, Isaac's actually gonna wear his as the sash, sort of thing.
all right.
Because I'm already wearing a cloak, so it doesn't make sense to wear it full like cape.
Wear 2
Yeah.
cloaks. I got 2 cloaks. Isaac has 2 cloaks. The wrap.
You know that I forget what it's called. I don't know what it's called. You know that I think it's like a riding cloak or whatever it is, and I think Game of Thrones first season. I think it's either I think Ned wears it on his way into Winter or into King's Landing. It's just a strap that goes across the chest sideways, but then the cloak is attached to the strap.
Yeah.
And it goes over his shoulder. Fucking love the look of that thing. That is awesome.
So
But-
Isaac, got a job.
Okay.
250 gold.
Oh, pretty decent for a day's work.
Yeah. We're gonna go get our stuff. We're gonna meet him just outside the
Shades.
cherry shade. Just throwing shade.
Yeah.
Sesh just ignores it.
200 gold pieces. Each. Just- you go into the fucking-
To
I
be
mean,
fair,
he
we
didn't
have been
care.
getting good bank for like the last loads of
Yeah.
jobs. It does throw
But it
us
hasn't
out.
been pay for the jobs. It's been shit you've getting exterior of the jobs.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
You've,
It's
stuff
the
you've
loot.
been like.
If we didn't
It's,
fight
it's
the
been
dragon,
stuff
we
you've been
would've gotten-
hoovering up from the battlefield after you've
Yeah.
killed everything.
Like if we didn't fight that dragon back in the day, we wouldn't have gotten this. We
We
wouldn't
have
be
been
going-
Geralt in The Witcher 3.
Yeah,
It's-
basically.
Going to the
to be fair, like
battlefield
the,
in
the
Velen
essential-
and going sword, 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 sword.
No, I
sword,
like the
sword,
idea that like
sword,
we're
sword,
just like
sword,
the
sword,
with
axe,
the party
axe,
equivalent
sword,
of a
sword.
portable hole and just trying to shimmy ourselves over people's corpses to get like as much gold as possible.
Well, yeah. If you guys hadn't killed the dragon, you just kind of like scared it off or wounded it so that it flew away. You'd be fucking poor. Well, actually, you wouldn't even be poor. You'd still have a couple thousand gold pieces. You'd still be a pretty fucking rich party.
Yeah.
Though you've already spent an ungodly amount of gold pieces.
Yeah,
this
we just
session.
like just
Full
fucking
house.
spent money. Right.
fucking,
we're gonna go get
fucking
our horses.
retirement for a business owner. Give me magic. Just
Give
like on
me
the counter. Just give it magic. Okay.
Literally just
So-
throw the money at her. Give me magic.
Yep.
So
So
we're heading
you
to the
have
stables.
To the stables!
yes.
To the stables, yeah.
Wait, she's- wait,
we need to. We need to have.
What was that, you Terry?
Yeah, what was
Just
that?
saying, like when we dumped all the money, I bet like she was just thinking in her head, "Cream, get the money, dollar bill, yo."
Okay.
Dollar bill, yo.
So you have found you found work. You went back to the stables. You picked up your horses. They've all been cared for. All their stuff's there. So
Oh, I'll
you
pay
just
for
kinda-
like the next 9 days of stabling.
Okay, I think it was what was it, a gold piece per day for the stable or something like that, or yeah,
Yeah,
so just-
whatever, however much it costs.
So it'd be for 5 horses.
9 days times 5 is 40.
Yeah, 45 gold pieces. Yeah, put that on. I'll plot that there. There you
Well, I'll pay
go.
for mine.
Yeah, I'll pay for
Oh,
mine.
okay.
I've already
Then-
paid for
yeah.
them all.
Too late. Sesh is being.
Sesh is like, I am the accountant here.
Yeah.
I need this
Sesh-
I need these receipts for tax purposes. We're a
So-
registered company now. Okay, I need to get tax returns.
Yeah. So you get your horses together and you ride out to the meeting point where Reyes told you to meet him. It's just outside of the actual city itself. He's kind of like sitting on his horse, just waiting. Sees you ride up. He kind of waves you down. This is the first time you've seen him. Isaac, same description. Yeah. Okay, you got everything? We good to go?
Ready to go.
It's good.
Isaac,
we
Reyes,
start-
Reyes, Isaac.
Greetings.
Hello. Like I said, a few hours ride, not too far. Let's get going, and just follow me. And he starts going down. It's just along a main road. Just keep riding. After a little bit, you turn off the main road and you kind of go down what seems to be. It's not a path, but it's definitely been traveled, but recently traveled. So it's been like cut by them as they went through to this place. And you see a big forest in the distance where you're traveling. It's a big forest, very thick forest.
How many people on your dig team, Reyes?
It's about 15, including me. Well, no, 16. Because we have a representative from the Grand Library of Takova, who's their monarch. So,
Back in a bit.
yeah.
Okay.
Just continues riding. Yeah, we didn't actually. Nobody knew this was here. Actually, well, we found it. I have a friend who's a geologist who had some maps of the area, and there's just a hill in the middle of nowhere. And it's assumed just to have been a random hill, but it matched specifications when we looked around of the area where a king of Gaul died at one point. We think it might have been the last king of Gaul, and nobody knew it was here because it seems to have been grown over because it's been unkept for so long. So. It's a very interesting little site. We're very surprised when we actually found the entrance. He's just riding. He's just giving you like kind of like he's just talking. at this
Any
point.
notes on how the king died?
No, probably old age. You know, he was like 60 or something like that. I think is
Just
the-
when you
is
say
the record.
last king, it something.
Yeah,
happened.
well, he wasn't the best king. There's a reason that the Republican movement inside of the Gull Rivers region got so strong because they used examples from the region's past, and the last king of Gaul is one of the predominant ones, though there were kings afterwards of the river kingdoms, etc. So it's a thing. But no, he wasn't a great king, so the kingdom of Gaul kind of fell apart after that. But it's where they got the name of the river, or where the river got its name. So it just keeps riding. You're going for about an hour or two, and you're in the forest now. You're kind of going along a recently cut path, and there's a slight inclination after about 30 minutes in the forest. You start, it's slight inclination.
At any point in your career, Reyes, would you happen to have done any sort of digging at any Bahamutian Pelorian Crusade castles, temples in the Grey Wastes?
Well, it's a bit too recent. For you know what they say about grave robbing and archaeology.
The same thing.
Yep, it's just
Depends
time.
on the hat you wear.
That makes me very uncomfortable. So yeah. Either way, no, not really. I did go to dig sites in the Grey Waste, so I mean, it's probably like proto-Bahamidian temples out there that we found, a couple of mosaic. That were
I'd be
really
very
interesting.
interested in looking at those at some
Do
point.
you happen to know anything about?
Isaac searching through his notes as he rides.
The Battlefield Citadel in the center of the Great Waste.
No. I'm gonna go for the other thing. This, and we pull out the symbol. Seen anything
Oh.
like this before?
Oh, the symbol, the like the
From the
little
Dragon
the
Rider
two
hat,
crescent,
yeah.
the two opposing crescents.
We put
Kind of like slows down a bit and let me see it. Takes it.
We also found some coins with it to do with someone named
This doesn't look.
Estra the Grand Uniter, or Alas the First, I believe.
No, I haven't heard of it. And this looks fresh forged. This isn't old. This is like maybe, I don't know, 5-6 years old from the scuffs. But it hasn't oxidized or anything, unless it was like kept in a oil bath or something. It's new, so I probably wouldn't know. It does remind me of some things. The crescents could be a representation of the 2 large moons, but that's a guess.
It's a good
Back to
guess.
the library.
It's a better guess than what we had.
It's really just a guess. I mean, but that could be hands back to you. That could be anything. There's a lot of cultures that worship the moons as they orbited and tried to make sense of the different phases and what they meant.
It's weird. We found it with minted coins in a saddlebag
I pull out one of the Illyrians.
on the back of a dragon.
Okay, well that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's weird things in the world.
True.
That
Very true.
exist.
It was
Yeah.
a Northern shadow dragon, if you know what that is.
No idea. I'm assuming it's a
It's a-
dragon of some sort.
It's a dragon that
You
immigrates
ever heard of
from
Toothless?
the dragon that immigrates
No.
from the southmost continent up to usually the dwarven island, just off the south coast.
Rapkus.
And then
oh,
Rapkus,
Yeah.
and
I've
then
been to
it kind of-
Rapkus. Went on
Yeah, it
vacation
was-
there a couple of years back. It's very nice.
It was a bit weird though to find them in like the north part of the steppes. That was the weird part.
Of course it is, but things happen. I guess people writing them, that's different. I guess I don't know. All honesty, my primary focus is Age of Fire, early Age of Dusk history, and around the Central Plain region. So I don't spend much past that. I have a couple of individuals in my team who might, but we mostly all specialize in this region. So it's
You don't
it's
have
kind of
any sketches of those mosaics from pre-Bahamut? I'd be
No,
very interested.
on me. They'd be in my office. I could go and I'd have to find them when I'm back at my office, at my home.
Can we get there?
You're writing as you're going. Things are happening.
We're just talking.
Just talking as you go.
Like she mentioned, hey, pre-Bahamut in mosaics, and she's like, oh, I follow Bahamut. That's interesting to me.
Yeah, but Rivallon hasn't killed
Roleplay.
things for at least like 6 weeks in real time.
Roleplay.
He's starting to get
It's a
stressed.
role-playing game.
My
He's just
ears are
role-playing
itching like
game?
crazy. It's like I've got eczema.
He's like, you got any of those kills, bruh? You got any of those? You got any of those things I can kill?
Also, is Utari back?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Okay, good.
We didn't hear you.
Well, you said you'd be gone for a while, and I just
Yeah,
didn't hear
said
you
I was
say
back.
that.
I
Okay.
figured anyone
Okay.
noticed.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. But as you're talking, it takes you about after you got into the incline, it takes you another maybe 20 minutes before you come to a clearing, and you see a small camp and a raid. A couple of people shuffling around, doing some work. Individuals kind of around what looks to be like a stone structure in the center of the clearing that are like taking etchings, sketching, like just studying it. I said, okay, we're here. We're at the summit. We've been on the mound for the last 20 minutes.
Huh. That's a fucking big hill. Jesus.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people didn't realize it was a burial mound. They thought it was just a natural formation, and looks like the elements have reclaimed it, is what they say.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and rides up to the camp, and he gets off of his horse and kind of like lashes it to a post, and then Marco, where you at,
Hello.
Marco?
Hello.
A taller, a taller individual of the same kind, looks to be from the same region as Reyes comes out, who's a bit bigger, broader in shoulders, kind of dusting himself off. What's up, boss? These your mercenary friends? That's right.
I wave.
This is the Turquoise Company. They're going to be helping us on the clearing out, probably tomorrow, when we head in there. Any new word? Anything new from when I last? And they're not like hiding or anything. They're just talking in the open. This is just business and work stuff. Anything new since last time I was here? And who you assume to be Marco, kind of leans up against a kind of a yearling tree that's like an old tree that's being used as kind of like a post that they're lashing a lot of things to. Yeah, nothing new. We haven't gone inside. Entrance is still sealed. The representative from the library has started pitching in a bit. She did some translating. So we got some, we know a couple of things that were written on the outside of the entrance. That's about it, really.
Like we can pricks up when she hears translating. Just oh.
Is it still light enough to read?
Oh yeah. It's
Right.
It's like a couple hours before nightfall.
I'm going to offer my services because if we can sort of figure out how to get in now, then we can sort out things tomorrow morning and just go straight in.
And Marco and Reyes nod to each other. Reyes goes, "Okay. You'd want to go talk to what's her name again, Marco?" It's Daisy. Daisy. She's right over there. You see a halfling girl who's standing in front of like a
Keep
wooden
icing away from
table.
her.
A wooden
It's
table
short
that's
ones.
a wooden table that's in front of like one of the entrances like walls with like papers arrayed on it. Just go talk to her. She's been helping out around here, I guess. He says, Marco says, she'd probably be the best one to go talk to. She's supposed to be some sort of whiz with languages. So.
I'll go talk to Daisy.
Okay, you go walk up to a halfling girl, who is fairly young, actually, like late teens, but is
Halfling
got like
young
a lot
or
of
young?
like late teens equivalent for a half.
Okay.
Who's like arrayed papers in front of her, and she's got like soot marks and and calloused hands, and she's just writing on a piece of paper, and you've got you see like languages written in front of you, that and like notes and stuff. When you come up, she looks. Hello. You're not a part of the team.
No, I've just been hired as part of the mercenary group. My name's Mog.
Mug,
I'm here
Daisy?
to help you translate.
Daisy
I can
Kettle Whistle?
read any language.
Oh. Reading language. Oh. Huh. That's a interesting talent. Took me a long time. Well, we've been translating the messages on the outside of the tomb's entrance for the last week. We've gotten most of it. A lot of it's unusable because of the degradation of the actual area. But we got some. Maybe, I guess if you want to check over the notes, you can. From the translations.
I don't expect I need to translate anything that you've already done with your experience, but if there's anything that you've had trouble with, then, or anything that you could sort of point me towards that might help us open the tomb so we can actually get in.
Well, actually, no, the tombs are remarkably easy to open. Usually it was the religious significance and their out-of-the-way nature that stopped individuals from grave robbing. That and also the traps. But there isn't any on the outside. It's just it looks to be like a couple of ropes that are tied around the handles and a clay seal put on top of it, so it remains. It looks to be broken so far, so that'll be easy to open. But no, the messages we found is mostly just pretty standard fare. Who's inside of it? Kind of, I guess what you would call Proto-Gullian poetry, or something
Anything?
such as that.
Enter on pain of death.
I mean, there's some. Okay, so here we go. And she like, goes into her notes and kind of the social awkwardness that kind of melts away as she goes into the academics. So it says this is the resting place of King Posidonius V of the Gaul, protector of the people, tamer of the outlands, the Skull King of Tukova, which is the proto name of Kova, current city. Not sure what the Skull King part is. We think that has something to do with the fact that he's very unloved as a ruler. Who knows? And just a lot of poetry. A lot of poetry. You're muted, Mikey, by the way. Just a lot of.
I know.
Yeah.
Please keep talking, Mikey. I'll try and translate. Something about mercy.
Yeah. Just a lot of poetry. So, like one example we found here, I was saying, do not sing
You like
requiem
crisps?
Do not sing requiem for the dead, for we have the answer. Instead, pity the living, for the questions have yet to be asked.
Right.
Oh no.
So it's a bit, it's pretty morbid, but that's it's a
Is
tomb.
anyone getting to open this door and have to face the Skull King in combat kind of vibe?
And the
I'm
next
getting
one.
Lich King of Tukova.
I'm
kind
getting
of vibe.
necromancy. Yeah, pretty heavy.
Yeah.
The next one we found on the opposite side is Hellfire may yet burn away our sins, but what will be left after? That's pretty glib.
Yeah. So
Let none
standard.
enter with a heavy heart, for it shall weigh them down in the river of life. That one's good. Actually, a pretty funny one we found is a Proto-Dwarvish script that's probably most likely post
Graffiti.
Dusk Age, where it says Joachim was here.
Oh, that Joachim.
That son of a bitch.
Didn't we find the
at
same
least
thing
it
on
was
the
the com-
Ziggurat as a goal?
No.
Joachim was here.
No.
Totally. That's not what
It's just a guy who's just been going around archaeological monuments. Right.
If you go to I think it's the Basilica or whatever it is in Istanbul, there's actually there's actually like you can't actually go to it, but there's a Viking script of one of the mercenaries from the
Rangin.
Varangian Guard, where it's actually like where it's a Viking head carved into the stone. He was there. It was his name was here. Just like carved in there. It's still there.
Damn Vikings.
There's actually a couple of those around there.
The
but
Vikings
it's
get
not-
anywhere like second? No, they got everywhere first, didn't they?
Yeah.
Still,
but
he can't be Secundus. I'm sorry, Secundus is my man when it comes to that.
But yeah, that's what we found. That's what we found around there. It's pretty basic stuff. Everything else is fairly unreadable. It's not because it's hard to read, but because it's been degraded so much. And you look and you can see the wall is mostly it's pockmarked and windswept and rained on, and it's just kind of decayed a lot. That's mostly what we could get out of there, and even the couple of the longer ones were somewhat guesses on some of those words there. Though it is interesting, we definitely confirmed it is King Posidonius V because of the language. It is an early form of it is a form of Middle Common, but an early form that doesn't have the loan words from English, from Elvish and Dwarvish. So it's very interesting to me at least.
You had to correct yourself there. No, wait.
That's wonderful. Right. So hopefully we'll open up the tomb tomorrow and get everything cleared out.
Well, you
and
will.
then-
I'm staying out here.
Well, of course. That's
yeah.
our job. And then if hopefully you'll find more information about the Skull King in there. And then
Yeah, like his body.
I prefer not to use that moniker. That makes me feel very uncomfortable as a just King King Pasidonius the Fifth.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
Bad
that works.
king.
That works just fine. Yeah, and that's
so
what you
I
get
go back
there.
over to the Turquoise Company, and I go, the guy in there is called the Skull King.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna have a fight.
My guess is
just saying.
necromancy.
Right, Sesh, be prepared with turn undead, detect undead, any of those sort of spells. I'll make sure
You
I've
got
got
it.
something radiant.
Silver
that-
arrows
I've always
are
got
ready.
Silver arrows. Is there anything else anyone needs? I've got some. I think I've got some holy water. Maybe I can share out.
Actually, now that I think about it, Yusinia, you shouldn't use cleave then, because necrotic will heal them.
What should I use? I
You
have
still
the
You got a silver longsword, right?
Yes, I do.
Use that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a pity, it's a beautiful axe.
It is.
Yeah, the blood staining's beautiful.
Reyes comes up
Half-orcs
to
enjoy battle.
Reyes comes up to your group. So are you all good to go tomorrow? We're gonna be leaving. We're gonna be going in first light. Me and Marco will be joining you.
Can we go in about 15 minutes after first light?
I need to do morning prayer.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
There you
that's
go. See,
good.
Rivallon taking care of his people.
Could someone
Just a word
make
of
sure
warning?
They knock me up. I'm not good in the mornings.
Oh, don't worry, we'll drag you out of bed.
Thank you.
We'll have coffee, don't worry.
Just as a word of warning, me and Marco not going to be good in the fight at all. If there is anything down there,
Stay
or
as far
not
in the
gonna
back
be
as you can.
decent at finding traps. So hoping you can.
Stay in the back as far as you can.
Also,
Sesh
slight
is very-
arrangement. Yeah,
Hmm?
slight arrangement. If you find any scrolls, documents, writings that are portable in any way, point them out to us, but don't touch them. Technically, we have to give those to the Grand Library because they're funding this expedition, and that was the price to have them do that. So they get first dibs at. They get first crack at any of the writings inside of the tomb. So
Okay.
just pointed that out.
Fine,
there.
we'll do that if you stay out of the tomb when we go in.
Well, no, I have to go in. I have to
We
make
will
sure you're not
call you.
breaking anything that's
Oh, we're
important.
not going to break anything except the king when he comes out of his crypt.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yay!
I don't think
Tag
that's
yourself
gonna
out.
happen.
We've been in enough ziggurats and underground caverns that our time that we need to be prepared for everything.
This isn't a
I'm
story I've
sure-
heard before.
I'm
Ziggurat?
sure. I don't.
Do you
Yeah.
remember me telling you about that shot that they all said you can't shoot that guy? He's in cover, he's behind cover,
Yes,
he's
I
in
was
blackness.
there.
And then I went,
Smoke.
oh look, I made the
I
shot.
wasn't.
That
So,
I think I need to hear the rest of that story, Rivallon.
There was a
What's
time
he,
when I kept getting the kill shots, and this lot were getting really jealous of all the kill shots.
To be fair, he did pull off a 1 in a million shot of shooting a guy in a cloud of smoke through the head, and took him down. He was flying as well, so there was no sort of perception of where that man might have been. But yes, Doctor, that sounds obviously agreeable. But where
Don't worry,
we go,
we'll stay out of your way.
Yeah,
That's
well,
good. Yeah, no, we'll be
follow
fine.
our paths
Don't
exactly
worry.
in case we miss any traps directly.
I
Do
get
you,
it,
do you
yeah.
have chalk?
Sure. Yeah.
Um,
Sure. Yeah, well, we
flag
have
markers,
charcoal.
anything you can mark yourself. Ever been in a gnomish minefield before? Anything like that?
God damn you. It's fucking canon now. Hey. No. God damn it.
And scene.
well,
Who's
Just no, I haven't.
having a way
I've
to
heard of
mark a
them.
path of safety because it's going to
I'll
be.
find some. I'll find some chalk.
Yeah.
I'll find some chalk. We've got charcoal. Probably got chalk.
There's
Of
chalk.
some sort
Be dark
for
now.
slates.
I've got chalk.
So yeah, no, You'll be fine. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get some sleep. See you in the morning. Hey,
Set up tents, go to bed.
set up tents, go to bed.
Rivallon literally drops down to his knees and just goes and meditates.
Is anyone opposed to us going in now and sneaking in the middle of the night?
I would rather do
Yes.
it in daytime.
Very much so, because not all of us can see in the dark.
I can.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, we're not going to be able to see in the dark inside the tomb anyway,
No, but we'll have the light from the door.
unless it dips down staircase, you know.
Yeah, it's fine. If it does, then we have to deal with that. But
I
That's
don't
why
think
I have light. It's fine.
they may be only academics, but they will withhold our pay if we go in and now.
oh, they won't
We just
withhold
know.
our pay.
I just don't like the idea of them getting destroyed by a lich. I don't think we'll get paid that way either.
I mean, if it's a lich, we'll all be dead anyway.
Okay,
That's
here's
also
what we
a
do.
good point.
If the lich does in fact present itself, before we even go down the tunnel, it's a case of if we say run, you run.
It's probably a
You
good
don't
way of doing it.
argue, you run.
Reyes is already. Reyes has already been gone for a couple minutes.
We'll do this. We'll
No,
tell
but
them in the morning.
We just like in the morning, we go to the door. It's
Yeah.
like this is how it's going to happen. We're going to go in first. You're going to stay back. But if we say run, you run.
And as I understand it, Le Chachel should get some rest. I believe she's used some magic today.
No, this is in the morning after we regain all ours.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not going
Yeah.
yet.
Okay, all
We'll
right,
get a long
all right.
rest tonight.
We will sleep the night. Are we doing watches, guys?
Might be a
I'm
plan.
gonna say
I'm
probably
gonna
not
say-
needed.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing watches.
Okay, but sure, Isaac and I will always do the morning shift anyway,
Yep.
so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll take the first or second because I've got dark vision too.
Okay.
All right. So that'd be what Ustenia's takes first watch. So what? Do you,
Stinia, Mog, Rivallon, Isaac, myself.
yeah.
No,
I
it's
think that works.
Stynia, Morg, or Stynia, Morg, and then Rivallon twice.
No, we
Yeah.
only need 3 sets.
You
don't
only
we?
need 3 for the thing. You did twice at some points when it was necessary because you can
Yeah.
do that, but you don't necessarily need to. You're going to
okay.
be there. You're still awake when Isaac and Sesh are up as well, but it's
Okay,
It's
cool.
just-
Just active.
yeah, exactly. But so lot head to bed, and so do most of the camp. There's no watch. Like they get around the campfire. Food is passed out. Like they have somebody cooks like campfire beans and stuff. Like they've been eating, basic stuff. But you go through the night. Nothing really happens. You think it might have something to do with the fact that 15 people have been living here for probably a couple of weeks and have had no problems. So, they're better safe than sorry. But you wake up in the morning, all of you. You get through the morning. You do your morning prayers. Both that do that. But everybody else is fairly awake early. Though most of them aren't like doing menial tasks or anything around the camp. Most of them are doing like research. Like they're taking etchings of carvings and various things of the stonework that's on the entrance. They're copying down the markings on the seal because the clay seal has like markings on it. Just generally like that, making sure that everything's marked down before they break it.
I grab Mog by the foot and start dragging her out of her bed.
Oi!
I give her a
Get
cup of
up.
coffee, fresh brewed.
I don't like the mornings.
We knows that. Why am I talking like you?
I like.
Isaac just
Coffee?
walks past after doing his morning calisthenics, like, oh, you should. It's morning is a great time. Some
Heel.
father is at his.
He's got a handlebar mustache, and he's just.
Oh, I do love these squats in the morning. Yeah! Yeah!
I'll give you blinking squats.
I offer Mog.
Should set up a
cup
match of
steaming
pugilism
coffee.
later on today.
Steaming hot
Queensbury
coffee
rolls,
for
old man.
Mog, if she'd like it.
Ta very much.
Do you take sugar or milk?
Sugar.
I put some
She
sugar
likes
in
it black, like a man.
it. Well then.
Okay, then.
Or okay then. She likes her women silver though.
I suppose it's more standard than her mother's green.
Yes, my mother did like green
Yeah.
and burly.
So, you awake in the morning. You get through your routine. Reyes and Marco are both awake and ready to go. They've got torches, not full backpacks for the most part. Like they seem to be like they're like little racks to hold torches and various things they need, rope and stuff. And they got a lot of paper, charcoal for etchings. You know, just they're there to mark things down. They got like a little booklet that looks to be for like listing of where things are, that kind of stuff. And they're just waiting for you all to get ready. They're by the entrance. They're just kind of waiting. They're kind of talking amongst themselves. They look to be friends of some sort. They definitely, generally by their look and their accents, you've probably known each other for a long time. They're just kind of talking as you all get ready.
Morning, Rails. Morning, Marco.
Hello, Sesh. Hello, Sesh. Vlog.
So, this is how this is gonna go. If we say run, you run.
Sure, yeah. We get that.
You don't question. You don't say, "Oh, I'll just grab." You just run.
Yeah, no, I get that. Marco, you get that? Yeah, I get that.
Good.
Okay.
Let's get going.
So, all right. Everybody good? Good?
Yep.
Good. Looks around. Okay. Yep. Marco, great to see you. Marco.
And Rivallon
goes
pulls
up
out an arrow and shoots it at the rope and cuts the rope that's holding the door closed.
Well, it's not just a rope. You see, what you see is two what seem
You
to
said
be like
rope.
brass.
You
Yeah,
said rope.
Let me describe it. There's two brass bars that have a rope kind of snaked in between them, like down maybe like 3 or 4 times, and then it's all bunched up in the center. And there is a like hard wax seal that has been that has been put over that, or not wax seal, a clay seal that has been put over that is holding it, and it has like intricate writings on it, and it's just kind of sitting there. It hasn't been broken, which you can see. And when Marco goes up there, you can see he's got a knife, like a really sharp knife that he takes out, and he's just cutting it out, keep the seal intact, but cut the ropes off.
Dear God, please just let me kill the bloody guy and break the
Takes
thing.
it out, and then they both grab each one of the handles and slowly start pulling it open. And these are stone.
Christine and I
doors.
just grab the 2 doors and boom.
They slowly start grinding open, and you kind of, as when the seal breaks, when it actually like there's an actual space in between them at one point, you feel just a whole bunch of
Ugh.
It was
no,
under
not coming
negative
out,
pressure.
not coming out, going in.
It was under
Just a
negative
whole bunch
pressure.
of air going in, just
That's
and
weird.
the dust kind of goes up for a second.
Right,
The doors open.
I have my Warhammer out.
I switch on
cast
my
light on my
Eldritch
shield.
Sight.
They light torches and look down, and you can see a little like 12-foot by 12-foot area past the doors. That's pristine, like smooth stone, no carvings, no markings, and then a staircase that goes down.
I take
No light.
Marco's torch off him and throw it down the stairs.
Wait, what?
Door.
I step up to the front. What do I see?
You,
Now that there's a
you
torch.
look down, you see stairs going down, maybe about 4 or 5 floor equivalents, and then there is a wall, and you can see the light goes that way, like goes out of sight.
2 would have been my right.
I cast
Okay.
light on the end of my halberd.
Yeah, I've had it on my shield.
And you
I
can see
proceed to
just a whole bunch of images and writings that are all along down the stairwell.
I cast Eldritch Sight. Is there any magic around?
Not that you can see. It is just stone. But then again, Eldritch detect magic and stuff like that has a limit. Stone can
Right.
block it after a certain.
Yeah.
It's like a foot, I think.
It's like a foot of stone.
Do any of the carvings look familiar at all or anything?
Not to you.
Hi.
Mog, you saw at least an equivalent of this inside of Daisy's notes. You see King Pasidonius V, in his vestige, being as he's drawn, and it seems to start at the beginning of his life, at the top of the stairs, and it's just progressing through as you go down. At least it seems to be the equivalent.
Do I notice anything about the steps, any traps, anything like that, any inlays?
Make a perception
Perception.
check.
I'll give Sesh advantage.
Not me though, thanks.
Okay,
I'll give someone advantage.
Too late now.
I'll take
I
it.
got a natural 20.
Thanks. I can still roll more than you. Let's see what happens.
I almost
Like
got
dirty
more.
20.
Yep.
Almost got more with the dirty 20. You look down, both of you.
That was
you
medicine,
don't
but it's the same roll anyway.
Oh yeah, that is medicine.
Got
You
it.
don't see anything out of the ordinary.
I proceed to start stepping down.
I
Right.
go alongside, like just behind Sesh, because I've
Marco
got
and
dark
Reyes?
sight. So
Marco and Reyes are they're kind of taking midpoint. Nobody stops them. They're kind of like they're not taking the forward point, but they're not taking the
Marco,
immediate, like,
Reyes,
fall back.
you're at the back.
Okay. All right. They step back. Let all of you go forward. And then this is only wide enough for maybe two people to pass by if they really squeeze. So it's
And
not.
I
a
want them
wide
at the
stair.
back, because if they have to run, they're gonna have to run through people.
So they wait, and then you all go down. And as you're walking down the stairs, and you get to where the torch is, which is still burning. Which, by the way, there's like a little spider web that it caught on fire and kind of burnt out. By the time you get there, you get to where the torch is, and you pick it up, and you can see it wasn't a wall that leads to another passage. It was a twist that goes, and now there's another flight of stairs. It's
Ah,
I'll leave the
spiraling
torch
down.
for Marco to take when he gets now, because I have light on my shield, so I can just keep walking.
down, picks it up again, puts it out because there's so much light, puts it back into the carrier.
He's like, I didn't expect everybody here to be able to cast
Yeah.
spells.
Reyes just out. Just
So
talking
it's
kind of
me and
outwardly.
Justinia, I'd assume, at the front, and then Rivallon, Isaac, Mog.
if Ustinia's at the front, I'll cast light on Ustinia's shield, so we have two light shields at the front instead of being on the top of mine.
Justinia, where are you, buddy?
But
Torches at the front.
yeah, so essentially we got headlamps on the moving party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we have a map?
No.
No, there's no map. It's all theater of the mind.
Okay,
right now.
well, they not be at the front then.
Yeah.
At the front. Okay.
It's myself and Rivallon. It's myself and Justinia at the front as usual. That things work.
Okay. So I'm guessing Rivallon and Mog
Yep.
Yeah.
in the kind of like centerish area, and then Isaac at the back of the party, and then Marco and Reyes behind.
I will
Yeah.
keep an
So
eye
you're
out
all-
for traps.
Yep. Okay.
If you want.
Yeah, we're going slow. We want to be careful.
Yeah, you're going slow. So as you're going, basically this twists down, and Reyes says out there, "This is odd. Normally it's maybe a flight of stairs or just a chamber and then into a chamber. It's not usually a lot of passageways inside these mountains.
It is a big
So-
one.
What you're
It's
saying
a big
is,
one, yeah.
everything you told us before was from experience of what happened before, and now this is all different, and you're not sure what's coming up.
Well, I mean, I don't know if specifically. I've done 2 of these mounts before. All right. There's only it's a small sample size. You know what? I know what
Question.
I'm doing.
No, you
Question.
really don't.
Question for you, Doctor. The other two, were they kings of the same dynasty?
Yes.
Or okay.
Kings of the Gold. Yeah.
Were they better liked than this one?
Relative.
That's not a very long list and not a very high opinion.
Okay. Another
Yeah.
question. Do you know how long the last king reigned for?
Macedonius the Fifth,
Yes.
the one who's in here.
Yes.
He ascended when his father died when he was 6, so he died when he was like 70, so probably around 60 years ish.
Okay. So it wasn't just there isn't like a. Actually, that's funny you should say that. A couple of sources says that he was around for other dates, and they don't line up.
No,
or-
he pretty definitively died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's
But you
It's
said
not-
you don't know how he died.
not specifically like he's at one point he's just dead. As you're all walking at this point, you're all going down.
That tends to be how
talking.
people work. So at one point they just die.
Yeah, at one point he's just dead. Last major event that was recorded was that he tamed the eastern side of the what we call now the Gull River, which is I think where the moniker Tamer of the Outlands comes from.
Oh.
Uh,
Do you know where the Skull King comes from?
well, it's probably from the fact that he was very well known for having an affinity for odd curios he collects and making
Right.
his own.
Mm-hmm.
So he would.
Yep.
So there are some depictions of him with like a shelf of skulls that have been carved and like gold inlays and things. So I'm assuming that's probably it.
This guy is weird, just to put it out
Or
there.
he could have just had those actually be real skulls that he's had inlaid. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
probably. I mean, that's probably part of it. Yeah. He was.
You really
known
don't
for-
want to be here right now, do you?
I mean, I kind of have to be, but
If you had an option.
yeah, if I had an option. No, this is still history, man. This is great. Now, I don't want to be in front of this party. I am good being back here. We
You
are
are
good
happy
being
in your
back here.
position in life right now. Got it.
Yes, I'm great. Yeah.
Cool.
You can buy me a drink later.
As you've been talking, you've gone down at least another 3 sets of these flights. They're equal each time, and they're just going down and down and down and down.
Great.
Any theories why
Make a
they want to
perception
bury
check.
him so late? Oh no.
Everybody
What?
make a perception check. Keep talking, Isaac.
Any idea why
Reminder,
they'd want to bury him?
do I take
so
advantage on this
deep?
one, Mog, or no?
No, because we've all got to make one. And to be
We've
fair,
all
I've
gotta
done
make
really well.
24 for Mog, 9 for Rivallon, 16 for
16.
Isaac.
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 Come
Is
on,
this one of
roll.
those
Gideon got 10.
staircases that just keeps going on forever?
Sesh
Is this
got
an illusion?
25.
Oh, we're in a trap. This is an illusion.
Okay, Mog, Sash, and Isaac. As you're going down and down in the middle of that, as you're talking, Isaac, why would they want to bury him so far deep? And Reyes is just this goes into, well, it may have something to do with maybe he was like a very prominent one. That's why the mound is so big. But maybe that's the thing. You all see in front a few steps down from the front of the party. That has an intricate design carved on.
Hold.
I called Rivallon back.
Everybody hold. I
Rivallon's
put my
not
hand
going to be able to go through the 2 massive people in front of him.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But
Everybody hold. We got a step here with some intricate designs on it. It's out of place. Very out of place.
is it writing sesh or is it something else?
It looks like designs to me.
It's runes.
I mean,
it's like
runes.
It's like runic.
Ah.
Okay, so do they mean anything magic-wise? Like,
Make a knowledge, or not
Arcana?
knowledge, Arcana check. Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Can I
Isaac.
see them?
that's a 9.
A 9. Yeah, if you want to like squeeze up, Mog, you can.
I'll squeeze
runes
up.
are not a language.
I know, but I've got pretty good arcana myself.
What?
Make a check.
I'll just like. Sorry.
14.
14.
Wow, your Arcana is so high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So high right now.
For those listening on the podcast that will eventually
Times
come
2.
out,
Yeah.
she has a +7.
Yep.
She had a thing she could take that gave her she could master or get an expertise on a skill. She took.
That's great. Well done.
Yeah. Well done. Yeah, you look at it.
Everyone
look at it,
else
Mog.
now covers all of my wheelhouse skills better than I do.
Not persuasion. I definitely don't
Fine,
do
yeah,
it. well.
not persuasion.
No, yeah, they still do.
So,
I'm not trained in persuasion.
Mog, you see it?
Oh,
You recognize this. This is associated. It's an older symbol. It's an older code, sir, but it checks out.
this is
Thank
C
you, Red.
minus minus on C++.
Roach, stop it.
Thank you, Red. You see this. It looks like if somebody were to step on this, it would cast something that has been stored inside of the stone. And I'm gonna say with a 14, yeah, it's not a hard one. This would cast like a magic missile on the creature that stepped on it.
Yes, this is magic missile. Let's not step on the step.
All right,
Can we
everybody,
ju-
step over that step, please, if you would.
Flag it, put a little marker.
Yeah, I pull out a piece of chalk and I mark.
Bomb squad boys will be here later.
Yeah, like I mark like on the step above it, something.
I
in
love the
common.
idea of a fancy bomb squad. It's like a guy like in like a sort of plate armor, cushioned plate armor that's got like runes on it for like spell reflection, and they like crawl up to it, and there's just like he's got like a stick with dispel
Clippers.
magic on. No, it's like a stick with dispel magic, and he goes,
Bah!
yeah, poof.
uh,
So yeah, we step over the step.
That'd be fucking amazing to watch, though, because spell reflection is a very interesting wording of that. Because that means he's got plate armor that's got spell reflection on. He's just like waddling up, and he just kind of like smacks it with his spell magic. It doesn't work. You just see him like fly up as an explosion goes off, but you see like a lot of it just reflecting back in multicolors as he goes back.
Yes. It was just like, oh, we're gonna need to.
I'm specifically imagining it as a shitty like Netflix series,
Yeah.
so that it's bad wire work. So like his
No,
feet
it's
come up and he's just like,
Bright,
I'm like
the sequel to Bright.
Yeah.
Bright 2.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I like also like oh no, we've got a glyph of warding. We're gonna have to go remote, and there's like a guy behind a desk with like with find familiar and sending like a familiar cat up to just run at it.
Mark
But
the
yeah,
step,
you,
step over it.
You step over it. Everybody gets over it. It's not too hard to kind of like miss that step because it's not like the whole stair. It's
Yeah,
just
just
one
a
of the
step.
steps.
Yeah.
But you start going down and keep going. It's another maybe 10 minutes. And you're going down a couple more flights. But now now it's changed a bit. Now along here you've started noticing little cutouts that have little like 5-foot rooms on each side that are starting to appear.
Investigation.
Reyes, go ahead and investigate. But Reyes does say out loud when he sees that, I was wondering
Natural
if we were
20.
going to see that. Yeah, fucking natural.
That's your third one tonight.
Yeah. I was wondering when we were going to start
Dirty.
seeing those. And as you start, you peek in and you see, and as he's talking, it kind of all clicks for you. Sometimes the kings would be buried with their servants, so they had their own little places.
To die.
So that when the king is obviously resurrected as an undead creature, he can raise an army out to attack us. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
No, it's more that they would serve him in the afterlife was the thought.
No,
Yeah,
it's
but
a
we're being
very
practical
Isaac's
here,
plan.
not
yeah, it's Isaac's
you know.
plan.
Yeah, but you see, we're thinking practical here, Reyes.
This
in
ain't
that they
our
could,
first
you know,
rodeo, Reyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look inside Rivallon, you see two like little, not caskets, the stone what do they call them?
Sarcophagus?
Yeah, like stone sarcophagi on each side. Very limited space. There's no writing in here. It's very bare bones, little rest place. And as you see that, and you see another one, and they're just kind of down there though. On the third one, you find. Yeah, because you gotta investigate that. Yeah.
Sorry.
You got that fucking 20, you piece of shit.
Yeah. You see on like one of the floors of these, you see what looks to have been a rat. But it is a charred remain.
Come again.
I've still got Eldritch Sight one. Is there
Charred,
any magic?
as in. No, you look in there. There's no magic inside of here. This thing has been burnt to a crisp. And
Is
it
there
just
anything
kind of-
runic like the rat might have triggered a trap?
Nope. No, with the natural 20, there's nothing he can
Ah.
find. It's just in the middle of the floor, and it's just been burned. It's probably been here for maybe a year or two, just kind of sitting there, like as like charcoal, essentially, just kind of sitting there. And it's definitely rat at some point. And you notice that in a few of the others as you go down. There's probably, as you go through, there's probably about 20 of these you pass. There's like maybe 1 or 2 of those that you've seen, like one rat. You see like a spider like little colony, so like maybe about 40 or 50 spiders, but they're all like burnt. And these ones are much fresher, maybe like a month old or something.
Okay, that's
worrying.
Why is it?
Why is all the natural life in here on fire?
That's what I'm questioning.
it's also quite
Yes.
young death, which makes me believe it'd be something that might hunt using
Can
fire.
I do a history or arcana check and see if I know what would cause spontaneous combustion?
Sure, go ahead.
Me.
Reyes, is this ever come
Which
up
one,
before
Reg?
when you explored the?
Do an arcana.
Yeah!
Very good.
Oh,
Not like that.
26.
All right. So you know of a CIA project that was started. in
MK Ultra.
no, that's mind control. Allegedly.
allegedly, as the CIA kicked
Allegedly,
through Roach's
yeah.
door.
Area 52.
Oh, that's the Stargate.
Yeah, that's true.
The FBI are just like, do we
So,
breach?
Mog,
No.
you
Which one?
nothing's really jumping out at you that you would know is like used today. Like there are some wordings that can like kill things with fire. Those are very common. But this doesn't seem to be that. This seems to be some sort of
Everyone remembers
Burned.
the old school tale where the dwarf touched the statue that he shouldn't have, and he got burned for it because of the warding spell.
yeah, almost died.
Teach
except
that in
for
every
me.
class.
Yeah, that's a reference to our first.
Is that
D&D
at school?
Yes.
campaign. Yeah.
I didn't go to school.
But that, yeah. But no, there's nothing that jumps out at you as something that's like that's used nowadays. That would, and
But
that's
we're
what
not
you know
nowadays.
of mostly. Yeah, it's very. If anything, you know, like it looks like something just burnt them. That's all you get from it, and it's definitely fire. You don't detect any magic. You don't see any wards. You don't see any runes. There's no tripwires. Anything that's triggered by that.
I
Just-
think there might be something alive in here.
Mhm.
Or
No,
at
It's
least
highly unlikely.
moving in here.
It hasn't. This has been sealed for at least
Let me
2,500
rephrase
years.
Revis.
So the burned creatures that we've been passing that have only been dead very recently.
Well, okay, I don't have answers, but I'm saying nothing.
Okay, if you don't have
it shouldn't
answers,
be
that actually
alive
makes
in
sense. Be quiet and let us do our jobs.
I know my job. Okay, I am.
And this
I am
is
Yes,
hard.
you
ready
don't
to-
know ours.
Hold me back, Mark. Hold me
They're
back.
not alive. They made
Hold me back. Hold me back.
Oh, you want to go?
Oh, you want to go there, do you?
This is where like Rivallon pulls out the +1 short sword. Like, you want it? You
Just
want to
kill
try?
somebody. Just
Shank.
let's just go. Let's just go. And you keep going.
Rivallon,
Past
could you
these- and
please-
you get past the knot of
Facing our paying customers, please.
yeah, your boss. You get past the knot of little tombs and sarcophagi that the servants ran, and after about probably another 10 minutes, you don't make a turn like you normally would, like you've been making for the last like hour.
Have my ears popped
Instead,
yet?
yeah, actually, instead they've instead it just goes down and starts evening out. The angle of the downward slope starts evening out until now you're in a flat path, and now you're just going straight. Oh no! This whole time there has just been this whole time it's just been pictogram. It's just been a picture, like and just story of this king's life from beginning at the top to now where you're getting to like he looks older, like, and he's ruling over a large city at the confluence of 2 large rivers, which is probably, you know, Kova, and so you think you're probably getting at the end of it. This is probably just his life that's being told in the walls, And this whole time, like Marco and Reyes are like writing things down, stopping for a second, and doing like a little etch on like a raised detail, just stuff like that as they're going. But you've evened out into a path, and then there's a door. There's 2 large stone doors in front of
We got
Is there a
doors.
seal on these?
no.
Marco, Reyes, is this where we're going to end up with our main room, you think?
Well, I mean, and they talk amongst themselves. I mean, it could be. I mean, the stairway was much longer than normal, and in much more painful detail about his life than normal. So, it's probably the main chamber. And the main chamber is a chamber right before the burial chamber. It's usually like a big area. This is where they had the final procession. So a lot of like dignitaries and leaders would stay as they brought the body in, entombed
So
it, and then
like
they
an
would all
arena.
leave.
Yeah. Was it like a large arena?
It would be like a big, it'd just be a big, tall, like space with like the ability of having a procession down the center. Is usually what happens.
So when he's
Most
talking, I'm
visuals
checking the
look at
door
each
for
other and go,
traps.
Arena.
Yeah, it's
All
arena.
right, you check. Give me an investigation check as you
I'll
check
give you
the
advantage.
door.
I'll give you advantage on that.
Are you proficient in it?
19.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like
you
my
should do it,
background.
because I'm not. I'm not. So
Oh,
you should.
I'm-
You take
okay.
the advantage instead.
Yeah. Okay.
Rivallon's better than Mog.
Hold on. Oh, good. That's a 1 and a 5.
Right.
drop
You
the
don't
one.
find any traps. You don't find any traps.
Justinia, shall we?
She is.
All right. You go to open the door. Give me a strength check, both of you.
How's Rivallon's bow doing?
Oh yeah, Rivallon. Nothing's popped on your
I rolled a
pings
1.
on the sonar.
Ah,
Oh,
Sesh pops her shoulder out while she's doing this. Ah, fuck! Ah.
You should have joined me for calisthenics.
Ustenia,
Mm-hmm.
make a strength check.
See if we can get these doors open. Oh, I really hoped he'd roll the
16.
1 as well, just because it'd be funny.
No, Chester's having some problems, but they seem to be linked together. And as Ustenia's making some progress, the other door starts opening as well. They seem to be linked in some mechanical way, and it just starts grinding open and open and open, and you
All got to
open it
roll
up, and
initiative.
oh no, and you see past a
Thanks for the help on that one.
a wide corridor with pillars lining each side, maybe about a 12-foot high ceiling, just going straight into, and then just darkness.
Okay.
Just
Let's.
Can
I pull out a copper piece,
Okay.
cast light on it, so my shield goes out, and I throw it down the hallway.
Oh, you could just get one of the torches.
You can throw a copper piece further.
or you can
Yeah, you can throw
put
it.
one of the
Yeah.
dark vision people near the front.
That's fine.
They only have
goes-
30
it
feet
goes-
dark vision, 60 feet dark vision.
Yeah,
It's,
and
it's
it's
for the
black and white.
humans. It's more the.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
takes probably
And me.
about, I'm gonna say, if you're tossing that pretty far, that's gonna be like 50 or 60 feet in, and you can see the torches continue out, and it widens a bit after a certain point, but it's just pillars, and you can see maybe the vestiges of an opposite wall that way. And Ray speaks up. Just as a point, we're not gonna want to open the tomb itself until we've cleared the chamber, because we're gonna have to bring people in here for this, and I want to make sure the chamber is safe before we bring anybody down.
Does it
Great.
seem like there's another way out through the opposite wall, or is it just a wall? Like there's.
It's not Skyrim. There isn't just when you get to the end of the dungeon an extra
No, I
door.
mean like I wanted to see if
All the
there
way
was a
back to the
continuation. Like there's another.
Oh, it was
hallway.
here all along.
Yep.
No.
Only openable from one side, apparently.
Yeah.
Yep. Bastard.
You can't tell. It's too far. I mean, the light doesn't travel that far.
It's
It's
40
a big
feet dim.
chamber.
Yeah, I
It's-
take
it's a
I
big chamber.
cancel it on the thing and put it back on my shield, and then I proceed to keep walking with Justinia.
Start walking in. You all start walking in your order, and it's a big chamber, lots of pillars. You start walking, and you get to the point where it opens up, and there's like it's like a kind of like an X in design from the looks of it, or a T, like a kind of like a T structure. So there, you were on the body of the T, and you're at the cross now, in a way. And you can see, by the way, there's cobwebs in various different corners. There's old braziers that look to a bit or ancient, that have at one point been lit, but there's nothing but ash inside of them. As you walk in, and you can just see pillars on either side just going. Make a perception check, everybody.
Sash is just like, oh, choo! Excuse me, it's all the dust.
15.
Hey, dirty 20.
12.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, everybody but Rivallon. DC was 10. As you're walking in there and you're kind of like looking around, you can see far edges of the T cross. You can see inlays that have been cut along all sides, and they have figures in them, and they look to be like maybe statues, and they're all standing like in these little inlays on like pedestals. All.
Riz, how common are statues in this place?
I mean, pretty common, I guess. Usually they're, again, 2 mounds before. One of them had some statues of their pantheon, and others had just pictures. It depends on how affluent they were, because they'd have to commission this and money and everything. He looks out because he made that check. It's probably they had them arrayed. That's pretty normal. It's a lot of them.
Do you recognize any of them?
You'd have to get closer. It's a bit far. Can't make
I
any
will
details. It's
come
in
with
darkness.
you.
Oh, he's human shit.
It's also pretty far from where you're at right now. You're in the center of this T. It goes on for a ways.
I'll go with whoever needs to cook because I want to look and see if I can see anything magical about these statues. Because I have a terrible.
Are we going
feeling.
left or right? Is the question.
Keep the
How about
team
we do
together.
this? Well, I was gonna say we could.
Do not split up
Marco-
right now.
Marco and Mog could go that way and check
No,
those
we're
ones.
we're
staying
keeping the
together.
I could
team
go this
together.
way.
Staying
Okay,
together.
all right. You start going towards, I guess, right. Well, pick a direction. You start going right.
You've
And
never
when you get
seen a
near
horror
there-
movie.
They haven't.
We're living in
Uh,
one.
You see all these statues, but they're not all different. They seem to be in like a pattern. But like one individual's like is a statue that's a armored figure with a shield, an armored figure with a sword, 2 cloaked figures, one with just their hands like this, and one with a cross of some like an ornate like bladed cross kind of thing. Okay, no, I recognize this. These are their the pantheon of their gods is very limited. They only had a few. Their names don't actually translate to anything. It's just most of them been lost. But they the order is significant. The individuals on the edges protect them in the center, and it just the most important one is the one in the center. And it's got like a sword and a figure.
God of death, God of war.
Not sure, probably both of some sort, or maybe
Mm.
maybe a god of power, actually, like of glory or of some sort. It's-
Valiance or chivalry or something.
yeah, something like that. But this order is pretty common. The side ones are a bit incomplete, but they also speak to it because there's only 3 on each of the smaller sides, and then the long one. It's just what it means. I'm not sure. If we can get a bit closer, I can maybe check and see if they got any writing on them. I might recognize some of it, but that's about all I can do.
Has anyone seen the Doctor Who episode Time of the Angels? Not the first Blink episode, the one where they're in a massive cavern full of statues.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
When it's like they suddenly realise, oh yeah, the what is it, the Atraxia or something like that. They have 2 heads, And none of the statues have 2 heads.
Yeah.
But Marco asked
and
to go a bit
Angel
closer.
Bob.
Yeah.
So if I can just get a bit close, I'll just check. We'll see.
I want
what's
to check
going
and
on.
see if there's any traps on him first, though.
All right.
And
You
then
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna go check.
Okay.
Perception.
Do a perception check.
There you go. I'm back to normal. Are you happy?
Back to normal dice. There
You
we
don't
go.
notice anything.
18.
You don't notice anything. Seems clear.
Seems good. Walk away.
All right.
Still nothing
He goes up.
magical.
Marco comes up with them. He lights a torch specifically to give him some light to check, and as they're going. So everybody but Rivallon.
No, Rivallon's
I didn't-
looking
I-
back
I
along
didn't-
the caravan where the.
I haven't
I
I didn't make a check.
I'm using your previous ones.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh.
you're. What are you complaining about? You got a 12.
That's fair.
I'm
think
right
my
for the
last one was an
average.
8.
Don't worry about it.
That's
Well,
me.
okay. Isaac. Yeah, it would be Mog, Sesh, Isaac, and Ustenia. You all hear just kind of like basically there hasn't been a lot of sounds, a lot of echoey noise, just like as your feet like hit the stone and like you're scraping against things, that kind of stuff. But you hear kind of weirdly, like it's not like you hear it for some of you, it's more like you just feel it, which you like very low. Often there's you just hear just off in the distance.
Nope.
And then Sesh, Mog, and Ustenia. You kind of look off to the side where that might have been, and you just see like a light just like pass between one of the pillars. Like,
Oh,
off to
fuck.
the side of your eyes.
Marco,
Like,
Rhea,
corner of your
get
eyes.
ready to go.
What?
Circle the archaeologists.
Rivallon, there is something going on over there.
Yeah, there's something over there.
Rivallon,
Like,
No, it's
nothing's
out.
popped on your bow.
No,
Nothing's popped on your bow yet.
They're not within 30 feet. That's all that means.
Yep. I know.
something right over there, and I directly point at the pillar where the light went to.
Okay, and the
Okay.
bow's out, the arrow's in knocked, and it's taut, ready to roll.
I pull out another copper piece and I throw it with the light on it at the pillar where I saw the light go.
Okay. Actually. Okay. It goes hits a pillar and then it kind of goes off to the side. So you can see the light source, but you can't see
Mhm.
the actual coin anymore. And then you see like a weird kind of almost shadow wisp across the light like that's being cast, and then the light disappears for a second, and then you see it go right in front of your feet, and you hear
Do we
Leave
see any
now.
of the light?
They won't make it.
Okay.
We're too far
Yeah.
away from the door.
Marco, Rhea, stay right behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
too
yeah,
far
no question here, yeah, no question there.
I don't pick up the coin, but I do cast light on my shield again.
I
Okay.
step in-
Hello?
Hello. Another light going between one of the pillars.
What color's
off
the
to
light?
Like a reddish, like a torchlight, kind of like in terms of that cast, like an orangey red.
Is that
Spread
so?
out
There's
a
two
little.
lights or one?
We don't know.
You just see the one like off the corner. It's not like you when you're looking at things, you're not seeing it. You're just seeing it like off the corner of your eye. There's like a light source. Just and then you look and it's gone. Just like passing between pillars.
Spread out a little bit.
No. Stay tight. Keep in a circle.
No, you don't. We don't want to be too close.
Fireballs, move.
I'm thinking. All we've seen is signs of fire.
I'm getting a
Fire.
lot of missed messages here. I don't know what to do.
Shut up. Do
Stay
that.
behind me. Stay
Okay,
behind
yeah.
me. But we need to spread out a little bit. Just a little bit, okay?
So
Okay.
Morg's going to sort of go
Okay.
against the wall because she still needs some length to start throwing
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Okay, Isaac, you've spread out a little bit, and you kind of get off to the side a bit, and you look towards the party and look back over, and you see a thing about 50 feet out.
50. Okay.
50 feet away from you. 3.5, 4 feet tall. Emitting light. Kind of orangey, reddish eyes. Body is emitting light. And you can see like little wisps of flame and stuff as it's like mid stride, and you just see it go kind of tilting its head. And when it goes to tilt its head back, it starts tilting, and then it shifts immediately to a right position, just kind of like a skipped frame. And
It's
then
like a fire echo.
and then
Ooh.
into the ground.
Oh. It just light emitting fire person just about 3 foot tall just sunk into the ground. I'll
Okay,
say
that
that's
sounds. That doesn't. What?
Where
Can-
your king wasn't
can-
very fond of people,
Can
apparently.
we escort Marco and Reyes to the door and we stay here?
We saw rats and burnt
All the way
spiders
up.
all the way up.
Yeah.
Fair point.
You're safest here with us.
Basically.
They are services.
Okay.
Sesh, do me a
Anybody
favor.
know what those are? Yes.
Do you please say you have create water ready?
Oh, you don't. I do. But is that a good idea in the middle of?
I'm just saying, if fire starts flinging, we're gonna want water around.
So, hang on one sec. I'll check something.
All of you
I
see
mean-
flicks of light between pillars, but now it's multiple flicks, like 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, just kind of going in between. Then you start hearing a lot of laughter, light laughter, like maybe like a young
Anybody
kid or
got
like a
ideas
higher
what these
pitched,
could be?
and you hear a voice come out of here. Just you hear a voice come out of the cavern. Play with.
I'll play with you if you tell me
No,
your
you
name.
frigging won't!
And you see another one kind of morph out of this stone. And it's not coming through the stone. It looks to be coming
Yeah.
through the cracks in between the mortar and stuff. Just kind of, yeah. And it's much closer now, and you can see it's like it's like the size of a kid, but it's like it looks like a human woman kind of, or like a woman shape, and it's flowing hair, but the hair is on fire, and she smiles and she goes, and then
I copy.
goes out again.
I turn to the party
Appears-
and
Appears closer now. Now she's about 30 feet from you,
okay.
and just
You said you'd play.
I'm gonna walk towards. Unthreatening.
step, just the hands out like that.
It's not hands out like. Yeah, actually, my whole arm's on my back.
Yeah. Hands out like that.
Not like I'm walking towards the guy with the gun. More like sort of. Okay,
Yeah, just-
where am I going?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. You know, like that. I was doing that for the camera.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kinda Walk forward, non-threatening, hands out, so you're not threatening. Just smiles. You can see expressions of face. It's like a fully formed person, just 3.5, 4 feet tall, and made of fire. And she's not touching the ground. Kind of like floating in the air slightly, and you can see like a haze of fire. But the weird thing is as you watch and you step forward, you can see like her movements. Every so often, there's a little like glitch where there's like a skipped frame or something like that. So like it'll, like her hair will be flowing and then it'll like change position slightly and just kind of like a degraded videotape or a video
Who
game
broke
glitch.
the Matrix?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Sorry.
The Animatrix, like the
Is
Animatrix thing.
Is everybody sort of staying where they are? Or are they moving with me?
I'm staying
Staying
still
where
with
they
you.
are.
Yeah, you're
We'll
just
protect
kind
our
of going out
bosses.
like that, and as you go out, you pass like a set of pillars to go. You can still see them because you're still emitting light. And so
How many
you
do I
still
see now? Is it still just the one?
You see the one, and then you hear off to the side. Come play with There's the different modulated voices going from high to low, and you see over to the side. There's 2 of them floating behind pillars, kind of looking at
I'm-
you.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna hold up the number 3 to the rest of the party.
Got
I
it.
look at Mog, like,
God, do I know what these are?
Make an Arcana check.
Cool.
Yeah, do I know?
can I make a religion check to see if I
Make
know?
an Arcana. Yeah, Isaac make an Arcana check because he. I'll say Isaac because
Mog
he's
gets
had
21.
Oh,
more
for
experience.
fuck! What is these rolls?
You don't know. No.
The curse
No.
of the steps has taken you again.
Yeah. Well, you're underground. You're not at sea level anymore. That's you're gonna be at.
I'm
got
best up in
21.
the sky.
Yeah. You kind of.
I couldn't roll religion either. No.
Mog got 21.
Now you're within. Yeah. Well, I redacted that because she hasn't actually
No, it's
seen
too
it
late now.
close.
You put it out there. You give Mog an answer.
I redacted it while she was rolling it. Damn it.
Too late. No, it's been rolled.
Well,
Well, I do-
you're about 15. You're about 15 feet from it at this point. And as you're about 15 feet from it, and you stop, it kind of shifts its head slightly again, like a dog. Smiles. And we're gonna have fun. You see another one come through the stone about 5 feet from you. And you just hear a shriek, and they all start going.
Okay.
Initiative.
roll this.
Roll initiative.
With
Roll
only a minute
initiative.
left.
Okay, so
Yeah, well, we're
so can
starting
I
it
say-
off.
can I
But
say
hold on a
one
second.
thing?
Hold on a
we
second. I
do
gotta put the wrap up.
Can I just say one
Oh.
thing though before we do that?
How do I roll initiative?
You don't.
Okay.
Just hold on.
God does it for us.
Yeah.
Could I do one thing before we end?
I mean, we'll
In the time that Isaac has been walking towards these kids, could I have cast Sanctuary on Marco and Royce? It's a bonus action for each cast.
But isn't it concentration?
No. Not
Is
as
it
far as
not?
I know. Let me check. I
I'm
think
pretty
it's
sure
just if you.
It's a
cast-
concentration spell.
Oh, it is. Okay, never mind then. 'Cause I need my.
You could do it on one of them, yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is I'm playing with fire, and I'm probably about to get burned. Oh, good.
I mean,
No, it's all right.
yeah.
What you don't know is they've actually got fire knives, and they're actually going to be
just gonna
shivving you.
shank my children. Oh, God. That's what they meant by play. My soft, supple kidneys.
Oh yeah, they're going to
My
play with them.
Well, at least it'll like automatically cauterize.
That's fair. Yeah. You won't bleed out. You'll just
So,
die from the
just-
internal damage and the fact your kidneys are failing.
So you can move your character.
That's wrong. Token. I just need to do the. I'm putting the map up, and we'll see
We should be able
how
to bring
long it takes to load that.
Well, we'll probably want to wait till next week anyway, because we're at time.
Yeah, we'll probably roll next week, but it lets you know what you're getting into when you see the
Just
map.
do that.
There we go. Isaac, you're
He's loading on the map basically.
there. And I'll say you all are somewhere right around here.
How far away am I from the rest of the party?
Not too far.
Okay, cool.
No, I'll have to get 2 commoner tokens for Marco and Reyes.
2 bitch tokens.
Not sure if you can see the map, but that's
Not yet.
Nope.
I can see our placement. Oh yeah, I'm really not that far at all.
I'm waiting
Actually, you're supposed to be 1.
for it to.
There we go.
Although I saw our tokens and now I can't again, which is
Yeah,
weird.
if you zoom
I
in,
zoomed all the way.
they keep on disappearing because it's still loading up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still
Okay.
loading up. But yeah, you see a lot of the, and I'll drop a token of the of these guys so you can actually see what
Wait.
they look like next to Isaac. Yeah, there you go.
I can't.
And just
roll.
okay, then I'll just 1 second. I can put this on here at least for the benefit of you guys.
Oh dear God. Well, the way I looked at it as well. Oh no, I've loaded. Let's see. Oh, hello.
Why do you sound like
Sorry.
Mr. Rogers? Oh, hello.
Just gotta wait for
Hello
us.
there. Okay,
Also,
so
I don't know
they look like something from Hercules.
Oh yeah, there we go. Now I see it pop.
No, we're still waiting.
Maybe it's because we've got two.
Hey, we've got the same eyes.
As in,
Oh wow,
None?
there's
That's
there's
2,
6 of them.
4, 6. Yeah, 6.
So
7,
hold on.
8,
Oh my god.
Oh,
9.
10.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
oh,
See 11,
6, 7, 8, 9.
12.
Oh boy.
We're in trouble.
yeah.
Turns out the silver weapons aren't exactly going to be very useful here. Because they're not undead.
And yeah,
I mean,
by the
he
way,
can
every
just
time
switch
they
to the necrotic.
talked, it was a modulated kind of voice thing. They shifted from very like feminine sounding, and they would go to like dark, just like kind of back.
Like the
depending on
master from
word
Fallout 1.
Kind of, yeah.
What's that?
And yeah, Isaac, you were right. You're right next to one of them because it just kind of came out of the stone next to you, and that's.
And I'm
the one
assuming
you're-
Marco and Reyes are like behind me. Like
Yeah.
in the sort of cave area behind me.
Yeah, they were studying the statue.
How do I move them out?
Okay, that's
Hold down the
a
image
lot of
map
bad guys.
Yep.
That's a whole
Yes,
lot
it
of bad
is.
guys.
And
Yes,
zoom
it
in
is.
via the network.
Thanks.
And
Also,
I
Roach, do
can-
remember that when Mog sees these things, she has a 21. And I check to know what they are.
True
You
fact.
should roll for that. True fact.
Okay.
Fire lady things.
He'll do
Fire
that thing.
giant.
And I can also
Fire
I can just roll
lady.
initiative right now to see
Because it'll keep it, yeah.
because it'll keep it. So Stenny will go first, then Mog, then all these creatures rolled an 18.
Oh,
Wow,
Then
I rolled
Isaac,
a 3 again. Fuck
then
me and
Isaac
my
with a
life.
16, Rivallon with an 11, and Sesh with a 2.
You gotta love having a
I got
negative
a
1
bonus.
dexterity score.
Yeah, we're ending it now. This
Yeah.
is right at the start of the combat. You guys.
So, join us next week where we have to fight an ungodly amount of fire ladies, by the looks of it.
Hot ladies.
So, if
Isaac's
that,
one true weakness.
10.
I mean, we've all got the same eyes, so how can you blame me? Anyway, yeah, if you, I recognize this map building tool.
Oh, yeah, you got it today.
No, I got it earlier in the week, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I recognize these tile sets. Oh boy, oh, they've all disappeared.
Poof.
That was my
Yay, we killed them all.
situation there.
Yeah,
No, we
game
killed
over.
them all.
So we'll be back. Join us next week, 7:30 UK time, for the continuation of this, where we'll be deep diving into combat. As always, thank you for Commissar Roach for writing this campaign and DMing for us, and thank you to Rival Zone Gaming, Utari Yonzo, Red Moogle, Surely Only Mighty, and myself, Midgeman. And we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.